wiase mu anyomtofo a ya select wo mo se afi Olympic Games e bekọ so e France manahi nkro Paris wo mo mra no mo meto nwom na yemfio mie Olympic Games na no se champagne ya select wiase mu anyomtofo a wo mo se fata se wo mo begina simpie se no mato nwoma mie die bie afi Olympic Games na no Ghana nyumtini obede pombe to my niggas on the blog. You know some money no be problem. Ya selection. And you imagine Zakwa. Akwaya one for Black Sheriff. Now one collabo no countryside no one more. It was a what you simple so better, huh? Congratulations. Congratulations. I was a phone on some pounds, Madubako, 11 minutes into 7. Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM Sini. Yamamuna match. Mobia Kwaba. Everybody with this so. Yeah, from Chief Captain Field Marshal Ohenenana Kwame Amoh. Metramu diama etikese we are morning show president of the land Kwame Nkrumah tikese. Anope yi anya me nko a na me digima yi. Enti so nko anante. Anenti Dr. Father Dixon, executive producer. Oni na be di akire lawyer Kennedy Asante o sei. Oba studio down higher as a Kwame wusu eduomi. Ena LED production team no ably supported by Abigail Ashley, woman of faith, Ejari Arafat, and Vida. Now, quick one, very quick one. Medium Cranson Beba. Now, a very simple say. Very simple. Bill Gates, I carry as Messica for. Untumi embo enyini mfrim high school between sa friend say wo mu digimedie bi onfo na nyam bete akire na ne sie hunu wa abrabom onpano kakra enkire school fo yi na brigade ko dru jimedie na se okono wantena kam wantena shipum wantena kuduom wantena buzanga vovo ponko abodan bicycle anafidie tetafo moto so na mum or the helicopter and a coy. The helicopter see school while was free moon. And now ye paper kit where be free in the bottom. Awkward you medina say. No mamma no bre, sanka one cassa. No mufi say Bill Gates Beccasa bretinting. Nanso Cassa or can you know, and this man mumpo, and the 5 minutes, and we. No we no be wense mo aso mu kum tontom pa clap for him wo bo wo say for 10 non-stop minutes danase and okotena the helicopter mu a tupa okoy na begate ensema wo kan wo ensiemu na se a when this manu mumpo nanso Wamubo wamunsemu 10 minutes ni echire ma no tio or the helicopter na coach medina say people were expecting say obeka and some to say they read Ghana budget 2 hours 5 minutes kra we nya and some form you nupe and wo kan ye or say life isn't easy, get used to it abrabo ayegbo enough from it is that time I'll be hunsa huni say ebra ayebo wasasi so no enough from enya bete enya hogono so ana de to mienu. The world is not concerned about your self-esteem. Your self-esteem, that is not what the world is concerned about. The world expects you to do something useful for it before you feel good about. Asemni ni several of notice. Won't tell your Jamaica. Not much room. Ah, men am yas with me, I'm your benton, me away. And you know, we are say, and 5 years on too. When I'm a was certain police, I will bet you bo. And now, corporal will try to say, we inspect him. One member, me treated said there 1 minute hunger will be Antonio Monfro. And you know, I made me booming who say, me, a chummy who say, Fay. And you know, we are sleeping. And you know, we are sleeping. No more, the old bay, I'm a we are say. So, the world expects you to do something useful. Ade also be bound for what you may say. Yeah. Ebi ba ye be bo wiase ne pa nya me ye di wura mu ho ban. Wo mo bo mfa so ma wiase. Obi ba wiase e be bo aye e ma se de obeto wiase no wansai no oyeniye. Wo de fa galam se wiase wate. Fam na to se wiase. Fa krono ewi se wiase. Na wa nti ubewu a ye bowdin say brawe no ya kronfo enti tatra wo de kwa asema do no wo ma me wo nge wo maternity na ye nim hwese de na wo seresere midwife say yi ma me wa wo bapo akra no hu twa papa sa na wo be ye kronfo sa wo be ye wudini sa wo be ye u betu galamse u be ye illegal chainsaw e de asa ye kwaye oh wanya de bigeti you too for no pay. Edian faso, and we are seeing ya also. Edian faso. We are seeing ya any pebison faso, ma womu ye. Long ago. Still, omudin wo. Ebi to so womu ya. Womudin na wo no. We are se kranya yanki and was edino. And yet. Motivation we say as a Kwame Amoh do me and what this name say me mama de na men kana no pay. Hallelujah. 17 after 7 Koku Anyido a former deputy general secretary wa Tiniama Nyoku nim at Ameos Institute ono na da no he ne dada dwumedie so. Ebra, ya mwa chano pay.
Ohenenana Kwame.
Patron de boko die.
Ofa for you na so.
Oh, so for penny nyame adom. Metu me hoye.
Una wo so for penny.
Hey. Thank you Rade. Thank you Rade. Ne ja no penzu egugu ye. Minim se o atwa. Ya ha de ja yo.
Well, yes, you have no mark. If you have much no. I said not a teaching tissue, but if you are the Parliamentary economy apasa a tissue stage, no is every day. A teaching casa.
Yeah, boy, Radin Pie. Now, they couldn't tell me they are no crash, say, yeah. And on the front pages of the dailies, Kojo Pon Kroma, Ejina Bana Nemu, Boyano Hoba, say Abaya Jonohopa, in Shogugua, Aya in Suyire, Ebebe Bainano. Abenche ka pudo yes ka ketwa e de be solve sa problem no ma o de upper hurricane rate akra na ento ye hu se nsuo yire eni ntie nya ahotoso na we di anope ye frɛ wo a enye bone na ye ni da kwan Ghana fo nyina ne titru mo amanyofo yi sabre ya flag bearer be ya kara ni mate e wo MPP mu enra ena je ebo Edwada Numpo, eba yes, Dr. Alhaji Mamadou Bawumia. Finally, the search is over. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe Napu. And an insaton so away, and then running mate I was on a near way, you know. Yebisa, Uncle Koku and you do say, Ote ye on one. Say, Nay Napu.
Oh, we know that in church for not impossible much of them for Roma. And the past action is I'm not going to call the idea. I said, I'm not the man. Well, Also for me, anyone, why should I be surprised? Because first of all, when I'm in here, say that running with the free Ashanti region for obvious reasons, obvious and strategic reasons, obvious and then strategic reasons. So for me, as a politician, a political communicator, and strategist, send it on free Ashanti region. Again, one because it's about consolidating your base. Consolidating your base. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. And a political party, they are all over the world. And they'll call you as a blue states, red states. What does it mean? It means that for party, they are on a stronghold. And that stronghold, they are in the agro. That would be the agro. That stronghold will be shooting. Then we're going to have challenges moving forward. So for the fact that the Parliamentary Ashanti region, I'm not surprised that looking at the echoes were made. A man of the Nankasagaya NPT for my man, you couldn't know. What calculation there is a one of the fact of the Tenefia, the Bidia Boa, Domna, a car of watching. So on that score, maybe I'm not surprised.
Surprise, and watch them with but beyond that, a big,
yeah.
But say,
go ahead, sorry.
Na me be say, a dear buyer, and now a busy say, and car for Kanema Penny John Dramani Mahama, a chusu oba na NPP so ebe. Nanka for this time around. MPP still omo write it. Dia wo mugina hodema ankrofo for the tag omo. One say a yakanfo party no wo may raise. Now they have a flag bearer from the northern region. NDC so twasa say oba running mate enso ye no. Asha say ba say MPP oba pa de no. Omo mfa man da. Tina bi hwe ni mu senka this time around. A maybe so a party more since party nearby ya wo munya oba as a running mate no come and try oba and share.
Oh, that's fine. Then come out as a differ among yourself. I'm afraid yes, sorry. But when you talk about change management also, to me, you have to take a good one share not so before however. Until the change management team, any change management process, another is a crisis. Not to point out boy, yes, on Monday, I mean, Thursday, second, third day, fourth day, fifth day, fifth day, and so on, 7 day or dinner. So it just tells you that the process for everything. Yes, if you can say that I don't really have a I don't but for political party, now you want to make monumental changes at a goal. Okay, going to be informed and answer not any other man. Then immediately you are going to play the gender card as well. One sure you will not be able to manage the change process and not affect you negatively. So I think that it is a step at a time. Now, secondly, among you there are so many calculations. Say among the Bakudia Oba, in the end of Oba. What will be the real calculation behind it? So I think that for me, as a political communicator and strategist, what the MPP is communicating is that they have done their internal, simulation, analysis, roll the glass, and then they have decided that this is the best choice for now. Intermediate, as for the gender issue, none we call intermediate or baby. And the same gender thing. Let me ask you, since 1992, 32 years, as I have to move now, a man number no 30 and I got 90 coin. Buffer. And they should reduce filing fees for women. They should reduce this for women. And now, Obadia Kasa, a woman got up and said, at this rate, if you are not careful, you can start saying that before every election, women should be given a head start of 10,000 votes. And that we are overplaying, we women ourselves, we are overplaying this gender thing too much. Let us not overplay it. We are all human beings, yes. We want space. The men are not oppressing us. But sometimes we carry this argument too far. And the gender, because as for the gender argument, and the gender thing, as if men are not gender. The male species is also gender. But you excuse gender and now say it is only about women. No. There's gender, the male species, and the female gender. So we are part of gender. So, I mean, yes, people wanted to get up from the rain. The day breathe,
I'm crying. Did you want to pay? Moving forward with running mate and Sensimiano. Running mate in Sensimiano, but I could be just what if it's Enra and wash our sense of Abayam Comodidi running mate me for arguably the biggest opposition party and the ruling party. Show be teacher Professor Jena no Pokwajimai and then Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. As faith will have it, Omumienu no as a education ministry. Bako a MP, sitting MP for that matter. Bako as in several capacities. Professor Jena no Poku Ajimai, education minister pen. But on your MP da. Ya compare mienu. Oseche mensa bonsudia ose na po e de digens no ebeba omumienu. So for kokwa you do to jina.
From a different slightly angle. Thing you can come no. And they say initially na man for you did say NDC afara ni meet. Into changing MPP in front of me, MPP in front of me, MPP in front of me, and Baumia cannot make up his mind. Baumia is indecisive. Even running mate so take it. And I want to mean boldly. I was laughing at them because they don't even know what. Well, okay, I won't say they don't know what they're talking about. Not you show me, but from a politically strategic point of view, Baumia Nankasa, that been the union flag bearer. And yet, last year November 4th, in the union flag bearer. Just last year, November 4th, in the union flag bearer. If you want to even do the mathematical science, John Mahama May last year, flag bearer, Anyeta. Dabeno Yi Nana running it. Let's just do that mathematical time frame. Say opposition leader, no cry, no. And the best are saying, and San running it. Now, incumbent government. Vice President Obey flag bearer. The union nanu ya Ade Akye Abia is running it. Ade ono de onyamre kakra echi. Ono onyamre kakra echi. The position leader do the mathematical time frame within which he chose his running mate. And see whether Baumia is being indecisive. So it is neither here nor there. If it's about time frame, I did running mate. Then if you do the mathematical time frame, you need the end. Then his time frame is even shorter than John Mahama's own. So it means that Baumia is more decisive than John Mahama. If you want to go on that argument and that tangent. So sometimes they do arguments now. You just wonder what is happening. Thinking that you go when you do what you can be, you say it will be. Some man else you are buying penny for no. Said they need you. Joseph, no idea, and I know two fellow. Daniel, no idea, and two King Cyrus now in for the move. So it is not necessarily, so God has with different talents. But the point I'm making is that, so Dr. Baumia took his time. Secondly, you know, November 4th, he needed to assert his presence on the landscape. Yeah, he needed to assert his presence on the landscape first. And he said, sir, 16 regions, meeting the chiefs, meeting religious leaders, meeting traditional leaders, meeting the youth, going to the markets, going to the places, touching base with the people. That I am Mahamudu Onya, me na MP4, Nakupada or Mamodi Frank and Ashemin. I mean, I am passing in another bit, but you said there are times and there are seasons. And the season of Nanado is about moving away. And Nanado has no problem with it. So he has allowed me, and the party has allowed me to lead. Into me na me babe twaso. Me na me ye eni. And I say me na me di MPP ako eni. Into me. Modi I me up according to my own merit. And you see, Ohenenana, some of us did the same thing for President Mills. So we know the potency of Sadi. Yeah, I'm a President Mills, no. One of the deep messages Anna Yade Kobat into me back and insulin was basically say, please stop looking at President Mills continuously through the prism of Jerry Rawlings. Yes, he said Jerry Rawlings as vice president, but today, as an individual, he's called John Samuels. How many Samuels? And that is all. They're calling now. How many Samuels? No. How many Samuels? How many Samuels? Then South and before the propaganda, oh, Yari Obe, how many Samuels? If you do baby, and yeah, you now say there, Obe. So the point I'm making is Nana. So what Baumia did with his advisors was that let's take some time and establish the presence of the leader. Let's Christian and I'm sorry, I'm not the disciples. Daddy, he had to go through some processes before he chose the 12. So for every leader, you establish yourself, your presence. Then, now you elect, you nominate your vice president. Now, even the nomination process, say a dinner time, Council of Elders, or they are called former President Kufo, or they are dying Nankasani Bozanado, or they are called party caucus, or they are called share majority caucus. Me, I can say for a fact, and let him become a distinction. A bar, did John Mahama even bother to go to the minority caucus and meet them and tell them that this is my choice? So, there are certain things that the MPP and Baumia are doing that are interesting. Now, thirdly, there's a constitutional provision. Sebe, Akunyabi Beto, less than 6 months before elections are. By election. Then people are saying, oh, I don't know when you mean term by election or Menshia. I say, what is your problem? When John Evans Samuels chose John Mahama as running mate, maybe July or something of 2022, did John Mahama resign as MP for Bole? Didn't John Mahama become running mate for Samuels and maintain his position as MP for Bole? So where comes this argument that about Napo should resign from the ability? A lot of the talk is just maybe internet talk. I know now who call Nancy Muna person who are near TV or them because we are anti-gay. But that means soon come on in. So to the substance or the government of the discussion, the MPP has done it in a very organized and strategic manner. Very organized and strategic. And I've given you the chronology of how Mamikyo say a very organized and strategic. First of all, let the flag bearer show presence. Let him establish his leadership. Then when you, the running mate, you come, Sebi, Umbekase, Ebia Wunti, and Nankulindi Biba. Ukahun and Kulindi Beba. There were no two ways, but a young Wunti. Because Penino, what it is now, Baumia has now become a household name everywhere. Napo will only come and compliment.
Still no and for a peg running mate me, who stands tall.
Okay, yeah, fine. So in terms of running mate, the only way you can peg them, because one is a professor. She was the first female vice chancellor of the university. So a very accomplished academic. He come to me in training home. She's an established one in her own right. Nobody can question her academic credentials. Napo also is a qualified medical doctor, a dentist by profession. You cannot question his training and his certificate and his professional. Yes, back with the MP, back on the at a point in time, back on can say, "Oh no, don't hear NDC." Yes, we remember that IEA in an on could open from my
moderating.
Let it very clear that she doesn't belong to any political party. I've been over joining NDC, you know. Back from day one, they started MPP. Ifluma was MPP, no. And then rise there as I think 3 or 4 times MP. So in terms of political entrenchment, establishment, identity, Baku or political identity, and that is very critical. That you identify with your political tradition, you are well steeped in it, and at all times, as it is now, it is party first. Of course, Ochinebina, Nakoponye, or Mwadum Nombenya, or Mini Tumina, then to be country first before party second. But for now, as a political party, it is party first. And on that score, Napo is well steeped in MPP, UP tradition, even from the blood relationship, the consanguinity, as we say sociologically. The consanguineous relationship, MPP, is very strong. The affilial ties, very strong. Then his own, socialization and political grooming up to this point is well steeped in tradition. On the other side, Yamami Jenana, what is her real consanguineous relationship with NDC? Where is her umbilical cord buried politically? You can't tell. Because on NDC, if I'm not lying, as recently as maybe 2013, Anna John Mahama Yi Nukra as education minister. If I'm lying, forgive me. At her vetting, she still made it very clear for NDC. There were about 4 of them. Onu Oyelita, Marita Brew, and else at their vetting in 2013 to become ministers in an NDC government. Parliament is a record. You can go and check the Hansard. Almost NDC for. Say the almost John Muhammad almost
but can you know now Monia is here to a mabey?
And I hear Fantuno. It's one of the buyer, one of the common buyer, yes, I'm Fantuno. And that's Bakudia, was yet from the one. Sending Fruma, MPP. Yeah, Mammy, on June 2 and Fruma, I want this. So that even itself sets the orientation of the personality involved. Yeah, can NDC tradition. Nano, yeah, June 4th. Yeah, I fulfill that NDC. June 22nd. Yeah, Yawoda. Because June 22nd, 2010. And yeah, NDC goes. Sorry, June 10th. June 10th, 1972. So let me go back again. So June 4th, 1917, I'll be any. I bet that I fulfill that NDC. June 10th, 1992. And that NDC, a deal keep go. And now June 22nd, even say the founder, the Rollins, Nawoda. It took me a Chemunani and Sofuamo. 3 critical calendar days. That was NDC among you. Running with the Nano Pukajiman. One I seen a name of baby. So, Kadibi, Ade Akye NDC. Okay, yeah. Well, then I didn't hear. Then which means I didn't make the news. And for me, the most important one would have been June 10th, the day the party was born. Can they produce anything to the effect that Professor J. Nano Pukwajiman said anything in remembrance of the birthday of the NDC? I can't remember. Now, I believe that when it comes to Dankwa Buja tradition, there is no day that Dapo will not be part of any Dankwa Buja tradition. So, in fact, and the real politicians, they look at all those things. They look at all these things. And let's say the running mate is chosen according to the prerogative of the flag bearer. But ultimately, it has to be a party decision. But the court, you could be Sabroa. Abroa, he could not Quemua. Now, on Nantisa Panosona, who could share with Shabia, Wankata Ujidrigi. Indeed, we did say on that political party entrenchment level, Nako beats Professor Jenana Tweet by far.
Then again, so where did
then when you come to the education, okay, in the education sector, people are trying to make that comparison. Yes, two of them ended up.
And beyond education, wait a minute, you are not for me. Beyond education, you know, maybe I be also the experience of Professor J. Nano Pokwajmai as running mate for 2022 for 2020 election and coming to 2024. No, a banner running mate, dear, be so competitive advantage over Napuafin or Noba. To a man,
well, that also comes up as an argument. After the argument, we can create 1 million theories and theses around running mate. I am a running mate that will be paid. But then somebody will ask, what was the real contribution at that time in terms of adding to the ticket? So it's not just being a running mate. What is the real substance that you brought to the ticket? She will have to come and tell that story. I cannot tell that story for her. So on any handlers, let them try and see how they can package that substance and put out by way of PR. That's the job of PR. If they want me to do it, they come and consult me. I'll do it for them. But I won't do it for them for free. It's as simple as that, yeah. Anyway, that's just by the way. But the point I'm making is that, so if they have a certain story to tell, I'm packages that story. No one can say, yeah, mommy. Second time we'll be running. First time, no. And then say. It's a better shop and Prince, you know. Say, and obey to me. That is how they must package themselves. With Napoya, this is his first time as running mate. No problem. But don't also forget that he also has serious advantage from Parliament, which Jenana doesn't have. And that parliamentary process that Taflache, so Dr. Baumia doesn't have the parliamentary advantage. And he's not the first person because President Mills also didn't have parliamentary advantage. So what did he do? He brought John Mahama, who had parliamentary advantage. So the dynamics are playing out. The President Mills didn't have parliamentary advantage, but of course, an astute economist, a lecturer, a legal brain, blah, 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 blah. But how come now a calculation? One of the things that John was that, well, he's a parliamentarian, so he can then balance a certain equation vis-a-vis parliament. I'll be surprised it's the same calculation that has gone into the MPP. So Dr. Baumia is not coming from the parliamentary stock. But Napo is a 4-time MP. So he will give him the opportunity. He is the one who is going to be keeping an eye on every parliamentary procedure. So even at cabinet meetings, he's able to advise accordingly on parliamentary procedure because he understands the workings of parliament. He knows what the standing order means. He knows parliamentary processes. So he comes with his own solid baggage. Solid luggage, not baggage. Well, baggage and luggage can be used interchangeably. Solid luggage of relevance. Solid luggage of relevance to support his boss. So nobody should underplay that because it's a parliamentary democracy we are practicing. It's a parliamentary democracy we are practicing. Of course, it's a combination of the presidential and the parliamentary, with parliament being a very key organ of the democratic ecosystem. And so with Napo coming from that ecosystem, the parliamentary system, let's say one-time MP, let me say 4 times no Korea. So who can discount his relevance from that parliamentary democratic ecosystem? So, Obiani the Odeba. Obiani the Odeba. So the only way you can measure them tape for tape is education ministers. That's the only way you can do the exact tape measurement. But otherwise, in terms of academia, why? The woman is a whole professor. Napo is not a professor. She's a professor of English. Napo is a medical doctor. She hasn't got parliamentary experience. Napo has parliamentary experience. So the only way you can do the tape-for-tape measurement is as education ministers. That one, when you do that comparison, is very fair. And before even you jump the gun, I remember there's a clip doing the round. Napo once in 2017. And I don't run away from it at all. I did it. I was Deputy General Secretary. Napo had just become Education Minister. And he sought to dig at Professor Ohenenana Kwame Amoh and trying to, slap down every effort she put in at the ministry. And I came out and said, hey, hold on. We won't accept that. You can't say that Professor Ohenenana did nothing at the education ministry. And at this level of arrogance, we will not accept it. And that, she obviously did something. And at that time, the issue had to do with infrastructure. And when we're talking about community-based secondary schools and other things, I'm saying, why? As for that legacy, you cannot take it away from Ohenenana as minister. But of course, it was also under Ohenenana that all these teacher training allowances and all these things were scrapped. Now, it was under Napo that these allowances were restored under the Akufo-Addo administration. So if you are doing the tape measurement, and yesterday I was going through my records because I knew that these interviews would start coming up once now elected. Now, go and check the story of University of Health and Allied Sciences. Maybe you have to now because it was one of President Milton's projects, not John Mahama's project. Green Book project. So I've been keeping an eye on UAS. Now, under a certain agreement with the Chinese government, the government of Ghana had to provide counterpart funding for the expansion of UAS. That's phase 2 of the UAS expansion project. Go and check the records. Under Ohenenana Kwame Amoh, it didn't happen. Under Napo, Kenufo-Yatta's finance minister, Nanado as president, Bawumia as vice president, the counterpart funding was released. I believe that this July, as we are celebrating the 12th anniversary of the passing of President Mills, I don't know for a fact, but it's possible. Say this July, Nanado will go and commission phase 2. You have expansion project in the University of Health and Allied Sciences, which at the last count, I think ranked among the first 20 universities in the whole of Africa. And this university is only 12 years old, but it's now ranking that high. And Professor Japon, at the time, was the vice chancellor. So I'm giving you names, details, facts. So when it comes to me, my passion for keeping the Mills legacy alive, President Mills started the schools under trees, heavy infrastructure expansion at all levels of the educational strata, primary, secondary, tertiary, 3 universities, public at the same time, training facilities. And if his successor comes, and then the work that the man was doing, you now come and take away all the allowances and the incentives that we were giving in the education sector. For me, and I remember as Deputy General Secretary, I didn't support those things, but hey, only what I don't know because I didn't support those things. What was the rationale behind it? Well, they gave some reasons. The reasons led to a 1 million plus defeat in 2016 because the people did not get that reason very well. Up to now, you have still, and of course, I've heard Yamami Ohenenana on free SHS. Mahama introducing free SHS. And then they are calling her all kinds of names on social media. Media mean can be, but they say on by now. Social media. Now, why would they call you those names? Because you are sounding I don't know. I don't know what to use this money, but when it comes to free education, how can you convince Ghanaians that it's started by John Mahama? Now, also, the truth of the matter is that from Kwame Nkrumah, there have been different levels of free aspects of the educational system. Free aspects. For example, now my colleague be doing come on. Some are sixth form system no. Unya from 5. Once you get admission to lower 6, it doesn't matter which school. And yet category A, category B, category no. Unya admission to sixth form. Automatically you are on government business. Every sixth former automatically was on government business. That is an aspect of free education, an aspect of free education. Kwame Nkrumah Bresu, you know free North. They see the STC bus, then you the mobile school. Allowance kahu. Almost unquote STC the na allowance kahu. Free meals at the university. I mean, they had butlers. Say they were houseboy. All students know. Oh, houseboy. It was you find it say oh. And upper houseboy by board open. Then I will be we are based and upper base 11, 10. You see the branch. The baby Bissau. We are the baby Bissau. 5, the baby Bissau. And some you make nightcap. That means you aspects of free education. Now, what we are saying is that the concept of free SHS, which is also an aspect of free education, who can you attribute it to? So if you go and stand in public and say free SHS was started by Nanado, you create credibility problems for yourself. Sorry, was started by John Mahama. You create credibility problems for yourself. And Napo was education minister when free SHS concept was implemented. So when you get to that education minister for education minister, now the tape not to tomo me in one. The discussions will be very interesting, and I'm sure going forward, Napo himself, once he's officially outdoored, will begin to stick to his records at the education ministry. And interestingly, Educhum was one of his deputies, and Educhum is now the substantive educational minister. So between Napo and Educhum, I'm sure they will be able to tell a certain story, and Jenana will have to come and counter that story.
Finally, we now a year towards breaking the 8. So, I think
that breaking the 8, I think from a political communication point of view, I believe, sir, MP Nankata, they have stopped using that term because it's not one of the terms for me as a political communicator. For me, breaking the 8 sounds too condescending. Information Dr. Baumia or call around Ninano. Me banner and that's a flyer beer breaking the 8 also. The only thing I keep seeing is it is possible. Mm-hmm. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. A world of possibilities. A world of possibilities. And I'm speaking from a political communication point of view, and nobody should take it away from me. That is my forte. And I do it across the continent. I consult for political parties across the West African sub-region and elsewhere. Now, so I'm speaking from a political communication point of view. They themselves, they have dropped the breaking the 8 because breaking the 8 is quite condescending. Yeah, I call it Alan. A drum is so, and drum is so that. So you don't do that. You don't communicate that way. You are breaking with 8. Because first of all, in our constitution, the 1992 constitution, there's nothing like 8 years. The provision of constitution, no, again, 8 years. There will be in terms. Maybe I mean a meaning the constitution, but as far as my knowledge base is concerned, there's nothing like 8 years in the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Yes, Rawlings here 8 years. President Kufuor, 2 years, 8 years. NDC between President Papa and President Mahama, 8 years. Nana Doso, 8 years. So some trend has been established. that the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana says that after every 4 years, a general election shall be held to elect a president of and for the people of the Republic of Ghana. Magana Yakari. Esefema. Nanyin. And one no. So it is every 4 years. The cycle is 4 years, and not 8 years, 8 years. So every 4 years, you present yourself. So if you go and lock yourself up in 8 years, that is your business. Yes, you have done 8 years, you want another 4 years. Go and tell the people what you can do in that 4 years. And don't you are breaking it. Which it? So, like I'm saying, I've noticed that they themselves have dropped down the breaking the ethics. And if you are listening to me this morning, I've given some free consultation to Genana and NDC. So I can give free consultation to MPP also. That in this home stretch, they should drop the breaking the eight and go on the it is possible. That is what will help them. Tell the people the things that are possible and can be done. The things that can be possible and can be done. Look, my brother, me, last Saturday, me water bill. Let me say me rate in a mention water bill.
Oh.
I just sat on my porch. Within 5 minutes, my water bill had been paid because of the digitalization.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the cost component of having to move my car. Honestly, let me tell the whole story was that I wanted to pay a month ago. I'm sitting cash no. I went to the physical pay point place 3 times. Our Adenta market. Obi any pay point off. Sikasuna hunya da jey. Nani say oh momo 200, momo 300, momo 100, momo 50. Ja. Petrol so be GB. So that money finished and I forgot. Only for my water to be cut. Because but immediately I realized that it had been done Saturday morning. Instead of moving the car now, wear and tear, traffic, petrol. I could do obium and if there's a meaning one. My wife just opted. I said, but why are you worrying yourself? What did you say? This is the app. Well, let's pay through. Matter. Within 5 minutes she did it. And she showed me the receipt. Now who says that it's possible? And who says that that is not affecting the well-being of the economy? Because the time of money, I can use that time to sit down behind my laptop and write an article which will give me money. So when you do the whole calculation, people say, oh, the Baumia is running away from the economy and it's going to digitalization. It's because they don't have an understanding of the extent to which digitalization will impact positively on our economy moving forward. So like I'm saying, free advice for them this Wednesday morning, drop the breaking the edge and go on the land of possibilities.
Waku Hebadasanapa.
Also for showers of blessings to you and your team.
Amen. Amen. Safo Koku Aido, former Deputy General Secretary NDC, and Yanana share and Comotruchans and Ghana and Punto Ghana and Kanko Komodi. Smami nano wa trouble. Ade Akye Abia Hana Ghana Kasa Hana Ghana T live on OK 101.7 FM. Na enra yesi 20 ya yenya ya cheso anti ambulance nsensem no still court aid na court niwie court anwie ye de na ho nsem kanse so yenkan wie on the line despite media yama na bofo our court ambulance nsem ba ye na dawroma na wo mayeti ehunu die koso ina se court tenasia Philippa Atanga ewa amano so ayemo court nkomanura said the assetna koye Philippa Machien
ye ja ofa
na boko de
nyame adom ofa boko
Richard Danwugina adaka ni mu
enra de ya tutu na nu awie enti nyame ya adom a ye senhie mu court ye 11th July enye Richard Japan be ba begina adaka ni mu bi eno a ya tutu ni cross examination no abewie ye nti ono so ni witness owo the best free mu ba ko a oye big C a company na air supply ambulances no omanam sini na ebeba be dina adaka mu no kra no esan se woni oman nti no yenya ne ntie se obe ne abefo kwan so obe join via video link na ye wodina dance asuja na afidie ye betutu na no a ye de no so ato aso efi wechi dakpa de sisi a oni adaka ni bi
yo na enra ye obegina adaka mu a ne cross examination no ko na wie ye no ehase enra sen na wie sen
yo wafa enra no na eye ambulance contract na eno ho asema na enra na omo ka na enra no nipa a tutu na no Attorney General Godfred Yebo Adame na ehya ase no oma Richard Apanya ne ntiase se ambulance contract no Richard Japa na oye agent ema Big C any Big C company na nkasa no omo profit a omunya wo ambulance contract 2.37 million euros no say 50%. Emma Richard Japan nyamu 28%. Inti na ora Godfred Dame ye bisa ne so no nya 28% and say Big C na nkasa nso percentage send omunya aye. Eho no inya no a Richard Japan editu dwa ne say ono no onye Big C company no omu CEO inti ontumi nhyire. And Attorney General can say esansa profit befu a omunya wo contract ne ho no ni nyina ka hu bi enti no ntumi an supply ambulances a eye papa ama oman na ene Ghana gina baby gina ya asin we abakota tese oman na boka no nso ra Richard Apase sa asem na oka no oji tuma enye yi na make am so as na tese 28% of ambulance percent profit na yesi ora Richard Apanya ye na ye 700,000 euros dana kwa dubo for no ka na asem ena afen so ora Richard Japa eye ora Godfred Dame maneti ase se eye ambulance contract no emunda ho pefe esanse na cabinet any parliament engine to mu enso ora se omo Richard Japa eye Big C company no omo supply ambulances dia enso ora Richard Japa se eno so enye no kre ambulance contract no call cabinet ho ebewi asine san call parliament and afen so samre no Ministry of Health omunim difo a ambulance nsema omu kokan mu omu nyina ye hu hwehwemu asa na ambulance contract no ye de hwehwe so entini se kwa before no ka say ambulance no and go through the right channels and say and go through the right approvals and ye na no so enye no kre nti Attorney General Emma Ura Richard Japa Nkrate bia no obisa ne say on Nkrate ni mo no ye say ehefa poti and a cabinet and I say Big C approve it's a cabinet and as a parliament approve a Big C and supply ambulances no nso Ura Richard Japa hwemu we have to say ono na enyo no ye Minister for Finance and as a Minister for Health nti no no sa atem nso yi anu a enye yi eno no Richard Apasanka to aso say eye si e ka obi a waboka ewo ambulance contract mu a na ye Big C esan say Big C de omomo de no so mbe supply ambulance emo omo ye ehu nsem bia na ewo se omo anase ehu akadie bia na ewo se omo de ka ho no omo ye omo afemu de de mo ma ban e na bo apayo nti oja ambulances ni si wo ma ye kra ambulances ne baaye en wan kwanko yi na ne se fata no wan ye nti ni na aka ho bi ena ene oman na aboka no ena Big C ni nso aboka nso san se omo kra ambulances ne baaye ena ni wo so omo ye no omo ye nti se ye wo bi a wo se ye de blame mana na se ye ka so na waye bibia ene na ye aban na enye ono we se pa na se Big C no san se Big C no kra o ye agent no ono wa aboka na hono mo na ye de asem ye ni si e wo court hono mo a mi anke ye hwe ni mu se ya wade ayi o tine ya ka be san ato aso so otemuafo efiase wa asari botwi ese ye nhome so na wotwe ayi esimu no no kwa no ne bnada na nke wo se ye ba court na mi emma ni emra Thursday 11th July na nipa I was here San Frame no so obedi na dance here Emma Richard Japa no ono so ye frame na ye pese ni mo mo ye ne attorney general kasa ye say ene o ma to Richard Japa no ewi na baby edu no mo hwa e kose no ti o omo de omedwuma o ma ye be sita enra na de omo bo adwo so omo nim se omo amani omo mu ada ho no mo nti omo de se me kan go ko mu they are satisfied and owura Sami Jensi ye communications officer, national communications officer, so you're an exchange como. And I'll say, Attorney General and Tema will be star Richard Japa. And there's on one contract on TRC. And the pass Richard Japa, our no work contract moon in here. What church Attorney General no in Tema Air Cosso. Ama or no Sami Jensi, American on one can ya or say, no, our ferry ama Attorney General no. It's on say atemno no age media back court no on TRC. And Richard Japan so any intention for Kasaye on the same say on the Nakuma Saniyem. And your man Attorney General knew who swell watching a Babijina court no or no Richard Japan didn't mean dear Abwar Attorney General and none your man on TRC no was TRC. And to offer Namea Doma now what try be Simon July never talk to Dubako. Richard Japa ono so na dance fo no ye be free mu baako na ne o woka fast no ono so ina san atija
na ansa no be kono Richard na dance fo no wo mo beba no omo ye hwan ya ana ko to nyambo wo mo
ni aye nim se nyame ya adom a ye tanhie mu a obara be di adanse no oye big C na no mo de ambulances na eba omo ka ambulances no aha
eno na so on be no virtual no ase wan no
mpatwan no be virtual
na on the front page of the Daily Garden ne or the Richard Japa ensema wo kan wo court no baako and about front page say the ambulance is not fit for purpose eno na o kire say
eno no one day you ambulances no omo dey begu ho no na wo se ye de enioma bi ehihyehyɛ mu nti so da ka asem ne we hya ase nyina ya na kwadubofo no ka say ambulances na omo kra ba ye na nye fit for purpose adie die ni ho eche say adie we ambulance van ase yen van say trotro no omo di begu ho no mo a enye ambulance ena Richard Japa asem o ka ne say ya big C di ambulances ne ba ye no no say omu fankonko si baby na omu de ehu akade ebeba be kan na omu training paramedics ni esankofo na ambulance say bibi obi a bon se no mu di mika na omu de say dia we pra na omu aba be yie say we say duro bi na omu ma wa na omu ama wono no mu training sankofo no omu de omu ahihye ambulance ni mu na so eye aban ena instructions big C ye no aban na endi so nti so won ambulances na nye fit for purpose na nye se big C ne mfom so ana so omo di ambulance contract no mfom so na emum ye aban na nhyehyɛ ya ewo contract no no aban endi so
okay na ba ku bi so a wo kan ya eno minim se no na krata no bi nso dia ba se Attorney General se wo he contract no a sika 2.37 million euros no na Richard Japa ne big C company no wo nko profit emfaso wo munya ye wo contract no mu be 50%. Sana na man bonete
mba twan sana eji kai say sika 2.37 million euros no Japa any big C no mo profit omunya wo ho 50%.
was sikanim
entina Attorney General ne kan kwa kuti say that profit be fu na omunya ya na so muyi free sikanim no ni na aka ho bi na ambulance no obantu nya fa ambulance papa ambrega na mine na ene yegina baby yegina no
Philip ebeda sia no pay na ya hwe ni mu eda timboafo de ahye eso na bro yi puma kwam na mkonzo so a ya beje de besi
wofa me da
Philip Atanga na eto nkrade ma ye free asem dibia court na enra ambulance asem a court edi no court tena so Emma dia eto dwana wabɔ no tofa de amayen no. Okay, 101.7 FM Ade Akye Abia dwumedie sunie. Na yɛse awurakyekere wewe yɛgye no wɔ nipa nkyɛn. Ahotɔ ɛne asomdwe ɛnna yɛgye no latest from hɔ. Sɛ obɛda nya ahotɔ ɛne asomdwe na otumi aso abrabɔ mu da yɛ padeɛ ɛyɛ latest form. Latest form sentia form bia ne nse ɛne sɛ ɛnema yɛde ayɛ latest form no sɛ woda so a woden sɛ ohunam yɛ wo yasɛ de yɛn wohia so bi massage be massage wo dware na da so woda so ade bɛtene bo so hu asisi ho so yɛka sɛ latest form you abra bom nyɔnko a wɔboa wɔ wapom din mu sɛ de anano John 3 John chapter 1 ɛno kura yɛ 1 chapter pe ɔsɛ ɔdɔfo mi yi mpa ma ɔsɛ de nyinaa mu ensi yie sɛ de esi ukra yie latest form so de no sɛ de nyinaa mu ebesi yie titiriw ɛwɔ wapom din mu sɛ treti ya yɛ nya kyɛ so yi unwu yɛ di obɛyɛ adwuma na de ayɛ ne sɛ obɛyɛ adwuma wi akɔdɛm ehuru ho atɔ form so na wo ho ayɛ wo ya no form no mu wanyi mfiri wo na emum ɛbɛma na yɛ kɛse na nyanka wogina hɔ da ya na wotena akonnwam ɛda ya nkɛyɛ latest form da so na obɛhu sɛ saa na w'anukum wonya napa a wɔbɛda wabra bɔ mu nyɔnko latest form wokɔ www.latextformghana.com ne wapɛ sɛ wohu ɛfa latest form ho bia no wobɛhu deɛ wɔpɛ bi atɔ nsuo totɔ yɛ na yɛ da yi w'ani gu so saa na ade akye o mattress ne nyɛ latest form wɔ hɔ ma ko yɛ showroom wo Ghana fa na baby na kwadwo de da so 0302 231155 saa kosi 62 ana 0322 008499 any numbers are be free. Say wo pe latest from one sem bia bisa. Na wo pe bebia e ben wa obenyo de ato a e simple kra. Oh, aya na omo abrochire yi. Wa mo fra no omo ka abrochire din na answer reply dem omo ne say na edin amunya na mo mra fie. Hwe abrochire tina wo. Dia ema abrochire tina ahotɔ kakra wom de ma abrochire fo no wom ntumi ma eye insurance ude bi so bi a wa abrochire wo ensese ye ma abrochire ahotɔ wo ho ma wo mo heha wo mo eye insurance enti wa ye insurance de fa ne ma ho ka nkoda betre ma ko school enkura school wo medidie nso ombenom bibia pomden anti insurance no ya sanema wo ya anti bonse obu abrochira ni pay no nso na de nanso so no ho ha no so hu wa ahotom ye insurance ni ntra abrochira insurance na ma abrochira fo to wo no obaga na ase ya bedrock insurance ene ye bi bedrock insurance wankasa unye insurance webusia eno adofo tu uye bi ma ho no na uye bi ma webusia no adofo yina bedrock insurance limited ensa wo mo ho say insurance dia esan se ma mo hu say ensese ye wa abrochire ma abrochire fo ho to wo mo hia wo mo no sanse seye no na bedrock insurance Ghana ha wo mo insurance company wo mo di bi ye adwuma wa sei wajapade te se ka wasase ufie wajuma so hu fadan bedrock insurance insure wo ho no wasomunyo insurance bi wo wa we ye bo insurance so no obi to ni bu afu ama esan se ba ku bi nu a okoye ye no ne ka obi di betwi keka wo mo nyama no fiti last year be sisa bre wo mu fi ni po fre kra wo mo mfa bedrock insurance ye ni pay one ten ntem ka okọ ho ka problem ni ho Fre ene ya insure japade we busia no adofo e wo Bedrock Insurance no waso mu nyo 050 162 7648 050 162 7648 and 0302 96 2350 0302 96 2350 and your social media handles no at Bedrock Insurance one word Facebook and so any Instagram okowa na obo at Bedrock Insurance and now your true protector but maybe I'm a seated biams
Nana
mama matien
safo ya nua
enso nambo
abo me
kakra
abo me esa kakra efem me pa
onye lot yiri de one nane wa baba bedru ati danke urade na se bibia bokode
adom crystal na wo sa wo kan nsu ase me wo se Ghana for wo suban bi ensu oto a na edimirika kope ba bi ate but se car e ba na yi workings
asem no waboso no
ensu ne car de na betimi adu dem na betimi akum
bozo infantini beka adam amenka ya nopa do beka kura o driver be si obufo se o do pa fa bom na hwe
no do bo abede wo wawie
biams we ya da ba ne hia ne se aya wo mu nnum se ka ye fidie ene bia do artistia na chi no so on say dan ye perfect e bia wo sua driving hu ye nche obu wa drive a oye ai amateur enti bibi kaka betwintwa nanim anu opaneke bon ebia na ye ka efe tete biam tidie yi eye papa tete biam tidie yi ne buaden se biam tidie yi tuo na imagine
say no o sere me anasa wo yam de wo behu mi afere
na makabone
me si wo behu mi afere
description ya me dia me say o ka no qualify bia no aka no me ye frame
me na menka
biam zike ya de ko
mi chisa aka no angosi awie wo me say me ma some few way
ke ya wo de ko asamata for ya baby o park ye enkure na agina wo di twa selfie
me azofo me person for etisa me person for
the enkure ya bo chenko
bi no akeka ohuhu no akeka ana we why o so for akura asa na plan ben
metallic black and so ne dey spray kai
agro bi say many perform what
da bon wo so na ya wo mo de anwagu nso mu fan if you ever said to Brighton, sir, just imagine so. Nipa na unsa ka bi ba no office o ka ye papa. Enti nipa o team or you responsible one farm moment to me yat na wakwan. What about a bia nipa na wo twi nso so e onye experience sir. No the ball na wu a.
Ana ni break graphic.
Ni mo. Na dey fine.
Nsuo mom kurududu sisi a.
Wakwa ko pe be bia che.
Timidi campus nsuo. Enso wan obi nsuo abona na da.
Da bi.
I want a bedo. Na be yare kakre.
I no go do fe no dware nso share. Eno ano no.
But card ye. Nana enku anto antwene amma busua anhwere wo a e be di with them for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Onye papa biuda, untimi si uda dem da. E do hu se car ba, na twon ho, utwa kwan mu a ma ho nya che. Ne twam na anything can happen.
Do gina kwan wo kura peka kura etumi bebo no.
Yes.
We road sense the mama no pay monfa
Kwame me shase Ade Akye the Ghanaian publisher the Obokrata no emu me papa ya obi menu ni the Obokrata no na mabebe gina kratafa etoso miensa page 3 eho na
o papa ni obi menu
mba twan
biological father na
ni nyina
media father
efuntuma fra
za
biological wan ho bibia
ni obi menu ani
me papa no
na tikasi so
na wo oza da bia me friend da me daddy pa
and say abi your grandmother because abi mate no
tikasi on your friend anyina pa obon
obeba o
o ha mi so dia me ka akire no
bien so papa no o papa no obi menu de ne Abigail Ashley o de
Abigail
ni meto
me nuano
da bien to me possible
me nuane
Abigail ye onua na obi menu yo papa ana obi menu ne Abigail ye mate
ai
awunia ni chen
so am aye fence obi mero SS1 no wo me
na no ne Abigail na wa SS1 no
na no ne Abigail no sa Abigail no wo ya kono so kan ba te se me
ana ye onua mate
Awusiafo ya chance ana ye call Ghanaian publisher the Obokrata no katafeto so miensa na wade mampanyi His Excellency na Adodankwa Ekufuado efoni abeto ase ene wade afutuo ema abibiman akanifo ahodo no African leaders ese wo mompe ekwan ahodo akwan foforo a wo betimi afaso na wo manya sika sane ebe ya sustainable development goals no wo betimi aduru ho na wo kire se abibiman de Yawia taso passes SDG goals no yebetimi atu anamo na yaduru ho a anamo bia yetu bia no bia ho a obetimi aka bibi ede afa ho nanso no anamo bia won betu bia de ye agi wo mo abasamu pa no esikasem na mampanyi ede sansemi ekotu dwa ewo SDG Action Summit 2024 enkra ha ya ena wodi to dwa se na nsem kra United Nations hwehwemu bi emaba beto dwa se ebibiman ehia 1.3 trillion dollars ansana afibia 1.3 trillion afibia ansana sa SDG goals no by year 2030 womatimi edru ho na wo kire se sa sikasem ho aye den amomo no eno eya kwansidie baako ya eji wo mo abasamu anu ti no anamontuo bi ombetu bia na se wo ma asaye nkobesie wen mu nyomutu anamonso ombetumi atu ohia buburo ase wo mutu anamonso ombehwe aboa ede nwuma sua pa abre ebibimfo afenso wo mbehwe se gender equality ebeye adwuma baabi a enye mema nko a ene betumi aye adwuma bi na mmom no ema ne mema nyina ebe wo chefa awomu se wo betumi ahwe aboa amenya ensupa anom na afa ahonidie susu papa yensa etimi aka na afenso wo mahwe se ebibiman enyini ekoso efa sikasemu efa pomudimu ene bibia mu no etimi akoso na saade we omo hwe ne mu se enkosi mfiempi mienu ene aduasa 2030 agenda no na chese wo matimi adru sa ne manyina ho nanso wo mo twen ma nyina wo twen ahoma ade firi so na ma na chese bibi kuram eyesikasem edwosre African leaders as woman pe innovative ways bia wombetimi afaso na womanya sika ede etusa anamono we the Ghanaian publisher page 3 enwachi ena wasan so ede aba Ghanaian publisher the Obokrata no emu ode swafo a ono na hwe enwuma ne adanse ho nsam sira kwadwo ponkroma ena ode atudwa ese womo ede sika 1.5 million Ghana cedis bi seed money ya womo de ebe hyase na womo abofoto a saa foto no ene womo be firimu na eka ahodo a emu asisi ewo enkran mantama ne Ghana ha enkura kese mu no womo timi de yimu nyina ti be te se odo se nsuo se so gataw obi ntimi ehunu womo betimi atim saa sika bi no be yi na womo de akwatim ene ho kro ne ba na womo atodin Ghana Hydrological Fund saa foto no ai na womo kire se ebeboa na ensu atayiri efa enkran ene me ankan no yetimi at so anase abafom ai abafom kra na woni bibi saa de we eye so hu a very good idea but the me nwanwa e ma hodwiri ne kakra ne se yesi Ghana there be Kwame Amoh yenya independence after 1 year say nya 1957 1958 ensuo yi fa kran at that time na your population sen wahunana at that time no na your population no sen enti at that time na nka wasi etimi hwe say wasi e plan Accra yie enti say aha a die style way na wusi say na be ya ye be gutters left and right ye be streets left and right edi atuma hu say ahafo nyina kosi ye ne no ho modern style enie
na biam onya sure say enhye ne plan e wo ho
na no banya so And the since as that an year best 6 million say 8 million. Near do 10 million.
Yes, maybe they are sure say or search for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Or the sa or layout Bibisa because for him to be building
Tema
Dansumai.
Yeah.
Latabio Koshi.
Yeah.
Even can I see the more the hay.
Yeah.
That means not plan be wo. But
no. Okoye no boy buy no. Ombefuntum ne ma fry ene ene.
Yes, as you ground or move.
Enti no me de photo na de ye but as to say ombetimi ediso no because obeka either say last year the whole of Ghana flooded.
Oh yes.
Babia.
Yes.
Babia nanka ensu yiri. Wonte nka da wo ye de wonte nka. Ehon mu nyina eyiri. So ahu. Enti they say drainage no one more be constructing a hefa is it across the country and now say Greater Accra any Kumasi pe and now the original capitals no and won't be to sana mono and now dear bakuswa I must say flood no ama ko baby ani galamsey no galamsey because ensuo bi wo ho no mo a ekobo nsuo fufrum so ate ase ebu a nsuo bi to na namwa na kwakobo nsuo fufrum ba sa nsuo ya sai no ya block no e di to galamsey enti nsuo ne ba e fa hen na betwi afa so enti wo mo enhwe biem
biam say
yey
minim se obeka ye a odon nei ebrebi aban bi abreso
ai
me dem te o say grofobia breeze ka say ye mfantim dollars be brebi
America cross former works and housing minister I am Miss Cecilia Branapa yes what they say 400 million
dollars 18
enu ya timu no no mu timu wa hini ye hu
yes mame nkomra na odon na no eye me yawo because biam say ofa machi road sa di besi boxing arena ho na wo hwe say de ka ye semi artificial dam anke won ye betumi de boat 26 so nanka ye cruise e wo so in the middle of Accra na ye gen so ne
anopai wa tom ya mama tamfo
o mte say
ene ye to me ka ni din kwadwa mo aten nyame nhira ho
kwadwa kaza mame komra na wa chaba pounds medio no so 27 into 8 Ade Akye Abia okay FM sini Director Legal Affairs ewo NDC amanyokuom wasan ye aid to Kanema Penny John Dramani Mahama KZ Lato Force no minority leader awojina court ambulance nsensemi wasan ye ne lawyer Godwin Eduji Tamaklu lawyer ma chia no pay
Onunya Kwame ana
oh lawyer mejoso na wonya nsuohye bia wo so awono egu kakra enso toto anope
wow emedu sana this way nana
entuano mo dia anope kama
ana na kan sana ka me peke ko
hey lawyer asemi question winning or losing na ya can papers and no pay na ya je report on also from your reporter from court to say Enra Richard Jakpa the cross examination no finally Attorney General and the DVA Enra no obi abono nkomo say oh emu ye mano de okwa aten de oba aten is it one day pa na yentie
first of all as the dan ready be Christas extra cracker command on your live tele at least and right the bianela and if you get your course I will call as usually the verdict is out there. Memenko Sebio at the end of the day. Judge no
and go to me to evaluate the Abana Katino. Onunkufu is the main thing and that Minister Mr. The Anocration, ye, semi general, and so yes, say, you. Daya, the way, and it's and what your call. Finish like and yes, started 12 the almost 4 p.m. And it's almost 4 hours. Yes.
Wow.
Usually on 3. Time to judge not say as he now, yes, I think that's why the witnesses no air there ever. My question is over 8 weeks. But what my question was over about 8 weeks. And then 16. So no for your agent.
Lawyer, 8 witnesses Nina, no, your best friend or Mama. Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
We said the next constitution now, or say, an active person to be given the reasonable opportunity and facility to prepare his defense. But the constitution, attending every 5 weeks or 4. Japan said, I suppose in European defense, they have been party. On about supporting the Onokrata, there's no point testifying. So now I'm at the Yama, Onunya Fales note, NSF in a bank, no baby, on better 5 points. That's why, on better testify. So, we are that cost for faith. Because no agent ever big thing, but just Oba Ababe by Amsterdam. Omu Ig. Japan, yeah, obviously Speaker of Parliament. Because I am not dressing on track. I'm not Minister of Health on track. So, non or friend. But you, yeah, best friend, my boy, said this year. And also the health minister. They just into 16 or 6. But you, yeah, the director of Poland said, Professor Zachary, and also Robertson and Sanford. In Tinkophobia, or the other, Robertson, okay, ne intelligent pay record at the back. Okay. And also obviously chief of defense staff. CDS. I'm an up. You know, the answer in the coming days. A bit mama.
Now, lawyer, reading from the dailies and the free court to buy, Kwaba say, Richard Jakpa, Attorney General to no statement be by so, oh, as Attorney General, dear, will be Sebisani baby or didn't nam no. As a case in Anka Sampo and said that take contract Nasi. As a median fee will want us to believe after course setting interview or grantee, you know.
On for an
yes, sir.
I'll live thankfully and now there was on Zoom live stream. Until Bianya opportunity and that with the main comment so on. Say Attorney General, 40 case now you, 40 case now you. At the end of the day, and then yeah, chance a bit evaluate. I'm not gonna put usually, and yet professionals say once I'm here lawyer in the way, no, the performance of my colleague lawyer, no, make me a evaluating on it.
On your lawyer, Keko. I buy me a new crutch. I will no create yes for your attention and so. And your level of expectation.
Bueno, for me, some of and they make me a move. But when I say you coach you, do not want to take not you. Obina Ghana for na omnichi no more the proceedings. The suffered answers accused person witness at the amount. There issues Attorney General or theater. There issues
Lawyer. Not need to just see.
In those matters, you want to leave the verdict out there. Obia tie sebio. Yes, order na you indiato no one here. So that also so I don't say for my and see energy I'll just public to draw their conclusion.
Yeah. Lad, and away from ambulance and semi back to campaign. They say we are on the name.
Okay. One was at this time the manifest. Hello.
What you meet you?
You put it together. Into the issue of rallies others. You can see a line here manifesto no answer. Yeah, the institution. Barbara and Tima Oya, the meeting and for behind the scenes quietly. Say a good no a good or more quietly. Not a sofa, no, with this episode. And why did you show home the ma? No, mamma. The Oya and then they say, Oshia CEC, Association of Ghana Industry. Your manifesto, okay, in 2020, you can say it's a people's manifesto. Manifesto a very Ghana for here. Manifesto a very reflective on more aspiration. Give more pay. A man, we leader. One say already said the old panel, and then I move for no air day. And now, H is on the money Mahama. Said you on person, we no move with one answer. And now say, Obey no what is your man, be our than a man. Said you, when you put you, the old panel and all on Penasa. For the zoo and see Ghana for no master. Into the oil and then they say, on the number also to talk. Obisa Ghana for after 8 years. Experimenter, my year, any Akufado, any Obi also any debate. What is your assessment? In all of this, no, the Akobe in Ireland say, you perceive ye Ghana for most day. Then, your manifesto now, yet the Beba. A bear manifesto, a bear reflected the mufo nyinaa yɛ den ɛpɛ nti si ano campaign no ɛyɛ very low key yɛ nenam quietly atwɛsɛ aseɛ a yɛhwehwɛ sɔ nkurɔfoɔ ano nti saa na mɔnsuo no na ɛsi John Dramani Mahama ɔyɛ den otu na the last engagement I'm examining manifesto committee for no have area no. The idea I'm on strict timeline okay. The first draft within the shortest possible time no. Say you put the manifesto out. Then we can start the campaign. You also want to be careful because you see some of the manifesto promises, because they are still in power. The promises will be put in trigger. The next day, we are implementing it. The next day now we are implementing it. In fact, I'm not 80 John Dramani Mahama last year. In fact, 2022, for your program, I was Ghana at the crossroads. And all the things just say, for instance, e-levy or bar to be kept. Okay, that was the time MPP4, ECOFA, to bottom, tax IFN, e-levy, and the bad. Or can't say or better no. At that time, MPP4 can show populism. Now, Mahama will name the orca. Service. Dr. Bamia for year the program will UPSA. I think you meet here Bamia say Oba Obeyem and Bia. Obika 11. Nana, Mr. Wu, why did he levy by?
Ayabanya.
Two. Meno Kase. Why did he ever president?
MPP flag bearer.
Why did the chairman of the management?
On one.
It is a better everyone. There's no winter with the chair.
Maybe I know no one and a free Nemubaye, a for in reaching that conclusion.
So I said, Bado, anybody, argues. You're likely because is that what you're saying? Are you saying, yeah, the national MP, the general of MP, the young lawyer, Pubia, Omoniba, Omuncha, Omoni, General Secretary, and national evening. Do you remember why they not in the cap for e-level abolish now? And see that it is out there. If you don't market on your back, their friend of S-graduate student or things that for what not, that I believe you spoke for become UPS national code is there. If you don't become a cashier, that would be a task than go at the other. Any action for become UPS program, we are about to pick. Okay, it is on the money I say. But you don't put down for your market. Nah, more. The obey ministers obey me 10 minutes. But I'm here to also get your map. Said you this year on the basis. It's not a coin say. But I'm here, the kind of catching up. the John Mahama person the Mahama you are on over the town. It still have a political opponents that would need original. When you also have time enough. You have to be with the time because the airport it's all your but I'm new ideas. Look at it. All campaigns are all and you're likely they can afford you. But cash amnesty. You say, oh, sit down. Computer that. Nanamu, you say, oh, computer that when you man.
Patrol Davy.
Oh, we need to be a bit for Google.
Google the menu.
But your party, tax amnesty act.
Tax amnesty.
Tax.
Mm.
AMNESTY.
An act to grant amnesty to persons who have failed to register with the Commissioner General or file their tax returns.
But you say,
But you say?
This Ben Act, no.
2017.
Yes, sir. MPP buy it. Amnesty ever. After 7 years, we shall for flagship program. What is going on out there? There's no way you Ghana Federal Authority edit tax and for cabinet and the person who advised the cabinet tax issue on the IFR. For the past, what is tax issue? What is the result? What has it for? It is a people now in the Socrates as vice president and then here entity transfer. They can mention the tax ever. This is like their question or memo. You don't even know. Already, what the tax amnesty at their back. About most of the waivers of penalties. Because the maybe, you know, tax, you know, obey, not penalty. Penalty. Interest of that background. Waive penalty. With the youth encourage. What has been done? So it's like, mommy, any new ideas you have? I saw that. For the slap thing, edit, important. Then you are not part of the show. That's being by. A brand new implementing strategy. And here, the bigger problem, and then as your mama air the bigger problem, and it is said, and next, Obi don't renew Obi don't spare parts. Now, for contract spare parts, you see a brochure at the back Ghana. When you have for self-harm, that's fine. Any salary, there is a production of many things. And you might almost use your money years and your man. Almost a crazy man on him. But what is it on neighbor of bra? Duty no is in door. When was that? The falling. So the depreciation of the city. The Ode proceedings grammar, because the city is not stable, increasing the cost. Emmanuel, as your mama says, instead of giving them a flat rate, rather fix the exchange rate for them. It is simple. What the difference, It's, on for Ade Kwame despite what then is there? Chemicals are additives we use it in your manufacturing of grains and others. Put here this amount. It is for the next 6 months. We peg the dollar as 10 cedis for you. What I say? It's a one man planet. Because then, despite it, aware say, so crab you free China, or crab machinery every China, or crab every China, and now America, now UK. In the next 6 months, dollar every year 1 Ghana, 10 Ghana to be to $1, 12 Ghana to be to $1 in the next 6 months, and you fixed for him. And then the difference, what's the name of flat rate? What does that mean? Because the essence of the fixed rate in the MSA, as a businessman, your biggest fear is the essence of foreign differential losses. Foreign differential losses in the sense that if you are in a union for Ade Kwame by or crowd, after the time, and now or crowd, if you are not dollar, a 9 cedi. By the 3 months, I didn't see pot, I be duano. Dollar now for 12 cedis. Oba could be 12, or 10 no. That 12 now, over put piano. I did to pay additional money. No, the highest idea, no. But okay, I did say, Uncle pay additional money now for the highest idea. But woman who say, and you're telling that a bit now for the next 3 months now, it helps him to plan his business. Here, Kaza is here. Sephora Bureau be Benwa. Check it $1 near check. My sister is almost 12 cities. If you know, when you have for Ade Kwame this right, I just occupy 16 cities so they are to $1. And so they are going to your duty. I want them to have it. And when they pull importers, and then they pull your animal about so kind. And then they pull your animal kind she. Tantamanto. And then look at that. Look, and go for more 21 cars. Garage for no. Mr. Wu, send your reporter. Don't come, will be so much say. Business, that's saying. And you know, when your mama say, or the mom will fix rate, they were excited. Because then it shows a certain understanding of business. And you do entrepreneur. You don't reinforce failure. No matter damn good father, only about me, and I just to say economy. I take your fancy. Why do you want to give them power again? Tell you. Now that's the damn good father I'm going to say. In the past 7 years, for the Bamian in the Bible. Tell you, I said Bamian with vision in the Bible. Now, what do you be vision as you put my hand? Now, at the end of the day, I also Baba or Basia would say, Mammy will terminal report. About Friday terminal report by unemployment and a year 8%, 2015, and then a year 14%. Interest rate, may 20-something percent, and then 35%. Ocean CD depreciation, may 4, and then 16. No nipa order Sanyoma na no. The day Dr. Mahmoud Obamia. Suddenly, or say no Nankransa or called Damascus into Wanyaki into on Sunday Mahmoud Obamia or the Timothy. I branch the original.
Yeah. Lawyer Wukwe.
Yes, sir.
It's Monday near Boncomo. MOY and so young train na a announcement in the bay 3 year. And ya can want some. And then, oh, we have a criminal who say, a year, a bay and a po.
There, you know.
Running mate.
Oh, one we say. Seven. But the man. So, one about the past week. Okay. Oshana, in the past 8 years, what has been his performance? Disaster. If you know, all the tobacco could be or your friend can have what are they? Bibles, two cannot be together unless they agree.
Sure.
Good. So it was obvious. Obia Bamia Besadia. One thing Obia or better than him. In terms of failure, the Kobasi Olipani a high performer. It will be obvious that Obe explosive Bamia's inadequacies. If you know Obia in the rank of failures, or no class I lower Katrasa, no. Seven. The second, Ghana, the energy minister, on anyone.
Doctor.
Nanapo. Ayonwa. Sebio. On your former education minister.
Babachonwa.
Ayonwa. Ayonwa. Sebio. What did you just say? And your money be with me, how and from mom. Ayonwa, who could not see the car to say. School of France, almost never be a service and a pay. Almost mean have the job and I almost pay polythene bag. Almost pay black polythene bag. One is out there. Minister one, which make us accept. Minister one, which means now catch the school of France. Almost never be a service. Almost job and I almost copy black polythene bag. Now, said you ask for that food day. Only one 7 year Bible campaign. Only look, you see, Portugal and you will be here. You say, nothing convicts a man faster than his own words. Nothing convicts a man faster than his own words. We are not going to reinvent anything. We'll play it back to him.
Lawyer, where you are now, can what I will say, Baumia certainly will not select Obia or better than him. I want to, and I maybe say, so if say, in first say, Dr. Machupoku Prempe, a failure than another on match up to the vice president. Obibisa say,
and yet, Sergio, and yet, Napo. And now, why would you have journalists?
Well, the Bian Kaloya Manusia, and in Obibisa say, what is Professor Jane Nano Pokwajiman to former president?
For a high rank achiever to complement the deputies. high rise achiever.
Lawyer, what's it mean? Achiever in what?
No. We are talking about Professor Genano Papa Demand. What? My fan is even saying no one. Nana, I never know what can you say. High. Right achiever. What the brother baby? Hey. Happy. Look, what's the difference now? Mr. Wu, well, just by way of analogy, what the Professor Genana at the battle like kind of him so now the Napo as some divisional chief. But that year, in terms of ranking, now said wait here, when you answer,
oh, lawyer, wait there, yes, Simobwa, the Amoyeni na outside gentility. Mobo rough.
Why?
We must brim.
You are moving for a while.
Napo.
Obia, what means not simply so can't say Ghana for say, move do short timetable, and one more.
Lawyer, such am no cry. Nana be betremu. That was Monday, no cry, say, out of contest. Maybe I'm much more, and yes, I cry.
Nana be on any Nabuchaniana.
So Munawa Manukubakum.
That be on any Chamiana.
Or a national organizer.
Or Jinia, or Chamia or Joe on Pen Martin. So you can't, or Joe Wasuma. Anna. Now, said you send a focus. I didn't have Cham before, but everybody yes, yes, now, said at the time, I'm not good any can say on the cold store business and others, on per timetable to organize their life. So they can plan their life. They can plan their business activities. Not generalists are back. Oh, Minister of Energy. Energy more. Then I'm moving to Yaye Abua. Umboye, Yenya timetable. Yeah, the timetable no, Edebe organizing your activities. And then when we say, Ebia, and Opa, in your life, then I know how to plan my business activity. So, Mupama some store, Mwanga Samunkoya more timetable.
Lawyer. Akoye we I'm there.
No, 30 seconds.
You.
What do you say, Papa? Papa. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sometimes, oh, yeah, sorry, I'll be with a light near to. I think I'm going to consult generator. Now, the papa now, pulpit, and cassette. Any dear moi, Mumma, a timetable. Shall you be near who said, some way you're very light, another time near your light. Now, a cobana sana. Will know what to do. And yes, sir. Now, which makes nice to cafe. One more timetable. Now, said you, Obia, even minister, which make us a church man before. Over man, the position of vice president. And you make fear fire so. Why you can't go the over my head?
Like 30 seconds, Nasu.
Now, said you, now I can say, we did now marble. Look, historical data.
Ochna.
Mr. Would you say historical data? Now share the performance of NDC. Almost say Omar Kofano because said you, or the Ashanti vote, share historical data. Almighty President Kofo, Ashanti Bata. What was the highest percentage our nephew Ashanti?
My MBS and Komunimunyami Adma because we'll be considering religion and region.
I'm always ready for that conversation.
But that's it.
We'll look at the data. You very data not that data akasa.
Yo, we have a date with you tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Lawyer Eduji Temaklu, Director Legal Affairs, NDC. Osanye aide to former President John Dramani Mahama, who happens to be the flag bearer of the NDC, and Akezia Lato Force in our minority leader. Now someone a walk out to fa ambulance NDC Manyukwa Mambua Breso. Abano Kotoba ya and once my see one time walk out to no ye no. Or none a year Kezia Lato Force and lawyer ni one and walk out. And I am come bringing a time to 5 minutes after 9. That's what Kunyasu OK 101.7 Ade Akye Abia. And that's already one crack I would win anymore. Or the Brofoka CB Abba Hydrological. A be a Ghanaian publisher. And Nimu will be news Ghanaian publisher. Daily guide, daily graphic. And means minia, papers nina. And Brofua papers no my CNE. Na brofi na ntutu free abana mo bi a wotuo se wode beso insuyire eyire fe japade ne akra ho ban ja hydrological brofi yankwaji nchiremu kakra ne hwede wo mpote to help us Dr. Prince Hamid Ama, Deputy Minister Works and Housing, and Kwesimintim Mrashebejeni. Honorable Martin.
Good morning.
Pachana boko die.
Nyame adom pacha oswe.
Nyame adom mesome ho ye pa. Anopai die hydrological brofu ya na we die pese edomosuko na ye baba mu an ye hwe die wo mu. As put by the Ghanaian publisher on the front page, government set up hydrological fund. Photo ya yabo ye hydrological photo yi. De ne wo mu adaroma.
That's the baby, me tell you for you.
Yeah, Joso.
Ghana Hydrological Authority, no, yeah, banning Ade Akye Abia, wash a Kwana, Befada, yen in them, mature flooding situation, ever Nado. Na Abra Parliament, or did I mean authority in Baba, you know, or sense to the shame there, they be create some photo be Adam photo no the Sikabe fi Parliament and Abanwa Kushim Anko so Obabua ma hydrological authority no when ya wasn't more the tomb with the BI investigation research into ways of addressing flooding. Now so my minister by direction no in terms of anything relating to the functions of the authority, no. I want to with what Shana Waye, Miss Mobaya, the Bobo Modina, Yan flooding situation, Wakufum. Now, since 2022, war passing action. For 20 the Wako action, name of the Obesha Sapanade. Now, you to me, and yet. Now, only near Jandida. At the Both Environment National Conference on Housing and Hydrology, Minister Honorable Kodu Aponkroma, all officially or launch a fund no. Now so Ozi Sika 1.5 million or the two funding Mr. Baya are able to be in then they are industry players to come and support the fund. And see ma kuwaka ta kuwarka ni yano no kwar ma sisiera adofu on fandi se yesemu kana obobua papa na fi yen drainage system construction yen storm drains na fi abefum person on a corner before the bus or your flooding situation and comprehensively what you are.
Ona wo yetie won kasa mu ana eba ye na bi crash ase egbo sese o ye te fund ne na sika no wo ho kra ye de be hya ase na nzem se kam ya ye sa fe kra ne be ye yibi ma fundraising na ya pesika kogum
the man not a parliament lawyer act not to create a fund brand be create fund no na mum there sika botuma na there say o no ono take a break akra anti Rebecca de afina abroa eyi poma kwan a ekwana be de ma a controller general we create account for the fund ama and that yeah we are bombs in there e dem sika no e able to fund no muntino CCRZ onam the fund now available muntino so what your budget biara abanbo twa photo or ye nche they abanbo twa photo or they have got to fund no now the international organization there were a lot of development partners were interested in climate change because when in there climate change affects sea level rise and when so affects sea level rise coastal protection no touchma ponotumba okwefie kwa say nkofo won japaze ofa nkofo so oje won kwa and the international organization they were in funding such institution and see so band this is for two wo ye collaborative effort na ye build relationship with some of these international organizations ebenya sika ni biaba abatuma aboa and see this year ye wo funding ni di wa baba ni di afina obutu na mo na bi me gidi de or better they better this year than then Satakra. I mean, then the next few years, hydrology authority go to when you're holding, go to where your body person. So we be a feasibility study. There say, over by BBR, coastal protection, and now they over here storm drain, there. Why you the moon person? Let's go the burning your cry. No, I kakra. This year, some brother said, "Obi biara ebe construct drainage biara, and now some drainage biara na de bepa there ebe autumn. Adi be about drainage system biara no. You have to get approval from the hydro authority. Now, whereas the Ghana would be the major put to enforce them and brand pono. See, I believe with what has happened yesterday, it's a beginning, a good beginning for the hydro authority.
Now we can say we'll be here and young Jin Bram. Say, Yakopes Kadia, Anquayakwa Branto. Ya Bechama Timamu. Say, I had the inti. Yan the tax and now levy be not Ghana phone tribia na.
Or there be art, and create levy biara. Art and a create levy and Kobaka specifically there's a hydro levy. Bankadam. What's the sources of funding? What's the Sikana Obefi Sika a parliament will approve and after the loans and after grants. But if any time it be a parliamentary, I don't know, pass levy. And see if any time be a parliament decide over pass levy, I don't know, or yet two more constitutions of a parliament. But what I know when you're there, Yenya ma young flooding situation, the cost of destruction of young properties through flood, if yes or no, we will make a lot of savings. And see, if even Sokoban there, Parliament to cry there, or introduce a new levy, now what Abwa hydro crana, Majidi there, no Bob Wang, so they were then going to invest in preventing floods.
Honorable, when I can say, no, I say, scanning young one, no, dear, yes, certain as soon when I, Yabasha, so a Anna.
Oh, this year I say a good idea, you fund in Benukrano, Aban or support hydro. And see, the National Flood Control Program 2023 Oguda worry yet 2024 so baba start on Cherbia. Nti ono rekodo yen coastal protest ye ka flada onye most will feel good but ye coastal lines no if see a flower baba see elubo by about 550 kilometers but running along that coastline no your hotspot pona baba ni pa ebi kura no we do fie wash away important even historical artifacts. And already know you have about 8 projects or record years coastal protection in millions of dollars. Echo Ningo Pramprama, ye do Echo Dansumana, ye do Echo Elmina, ye do Echo Commander, ye do Echo offended Abuazi, ye do Echo Axim Discov. And see the moon is saying ya record, even though funding them by see a good area. But Baba saw, obviously, can you to me improve the service delivery in as far as flood management and control is concerned.
Yeah, but that's no pain. Wait a quick one. Program na say, Sabe Toja, Abayana Moa Wotunen and Sissaye, so they be addressing Ghana's downtown housing deficit. I said the rent has some of the Oboswana. Microphones no gudem na microphone yemu ko se nyina ebobo honorable fena ntimu kakra ye no so nkomo bone na etise
I'm there and conference no that man that ye ka wase no and they know flood control and there and the pays ye be ye on house na etina so ye regulators awo the built environment no so once na eba house na they bring ye nyimu no the number of houses na here to be able to ensure that Obiara in baby digital, you know, can say 1.8 million units here. Now, say house no, you me and so deficit nama on ma a damnable cost either their rent and airtop. We are about demand and supply. And the demand no cost so far and the supply no former prices no cost. That means that into them there a prices no what can then on them there if the deficit no or also into no I want now what demand no so you see wama in your man widen. That means that into abandoned intervention in there obabua na yenya anchor developers yes on say a better discuss about incentive packages. Otu wabwa ma ankra wo sisi adan no otu we see adan akase in large quantities because if you per day you reduce housing deficit of 1.8 million now no each year no by Ghana Statistical Service what whether each year yan kra no on ye 150,000 housing units every year or there every year to construct either from the private sector or the public sector. But abandoned to me, so what we are looking at is be able to look at supporting the private sector to do that. But if you are then also internal, and there you will means of financing housing, mortgage day do all. The best mortgage next price also and see I mean rating also think of to me. I said, well in your bank as no you need the one common insurance wire. Anyone in Como, Afan, a corner, Wutum Wabwa, ma mortgage day, wa from rate now from na man for so, what you were say. See, these are the conversation, your hand.
And ye bejan wahana, a Jamusin Kunyana conversations, no, and Uncle Bono Connery, Yababi Tia, dear course, so.
Yo, that's a very maturity for you.
That's no pay. Honorable J. Pinin Yakasa, Dr. Prince Hamid Ama, Deputy Minister Works and Housing. Was I a question in Rasibajani and near Bon Comono? No crumb pounds Madunco 19 after 9. Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM. Biams. Now, I know OHA TV no in Yadiza.
Oh,
we was always maybe be a child big and I'm a chimney quack of hair. down za no mo ka no for one asem ana nanteza
no
me true topic no kra wo se ewen oh people when I'm true go any che or this and understanding the breast and its uses as a debe
it's not many be discussed so no can say about the reproductive system of the female now yeah remember to me explaining more and my detailed explanations than a man one can say no
unumari kwentia
but your there be
sir oh yeah see beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder sana unze mema ne ye ema body hu adwuma
na ma so ye mema body hu
enti ade no wo hu awu tina say efiri onchen kwa na hu ti mema edi adwuma no any animo personalities ni nim eson faso for instance wa brepa to me say wa dwene ina wa dwene si wa poso ina yo ya wa toba na wunyo ba bi hago pa be 5 minutes non stop uye ya ga se tumirike twa ga na hu si akro betime nya hoden foforo tu e fine papa nti that topic na hu hia ehunya na so kam ya say ma say ye ka ema ho ya ta na mo fere say bia ye ka
mo dia ya mo fere
ndabi mo na mo ntanka
because
o da ya mo nkan
because Kwame ye fe ya mamre emu a ema de ne ye modin pain
emema so de sa
ye modin pain sa enei na obi kan say enema be brass sentino obi find it so easy to mention it but ye modin pain
hey
very sometimes difficult say a man ye ankasa ne betimi achechim
ebiam no for the strategic position wo kra wo body no kra
so we dey ya baso boy so de manyankopon
oh nyame wa ya de o because anyama wo emanufumu a so
just me one
vitamins na wo
asa no pay wo bagigi makoso himo so peso e me dan yo
wunya bi wo atin drugs fo eduro mu da
okay
kina fama mro wunya
muntimu na munim
o say
samo na munum
na biam sa ade a akwara ye ketekete na wo no mo ne onyini as a use na baking powder emani nyini udiri agro
Kwame to aso nko de obonkrata no mu
ko wo bitumi hwe akoto gatem udi ade we di agro ka obono so abe pin wanti we gna buo fu da ba ne za den na wo ile de guna so nim so hwe ade pa hey se ja to se pa na ba ko da wasu ntemu 25,000 watt per channel le ko pepe no
sofo
Biams, yeah, Sergeant Naja Namin. Sana last.
On your sofa.
I mean, yeah.
Now because or software.
And you can Bible. As I said, Bible quotations, pa, from Biams. Met to me about 30. 30 scriptures. On no phone. Fit about three so copem ne nas open the body part Bible dedicate scriptures ma ye kan wasem pa am family ko abi o ya no afa me bra why
yes
asem we smeti pa kana na wa pa ye ken ye be ye no for one assignment pa ma wa uni we kwa kopa bi esi okokoso wo de kopa person ne
ayo me copy person ma na me da so e wo the Ghanaian publisher the Bokrata no emu na kwa me wo de aba o se gamanche eye His Royal Majesty Kentucky Teiko Churu ya wotoso emienu enra one Greater Accra Regional Minister Daniel Ni Titus Glover and afi Mayor of Accra ye ma Elizabeth Saki ene mpanyufo ahodo omo hwe nkran mantam no eso etu anamon so omo ekọ no makwa kosiesie nkran na wotimu sɛ nipa bebree na gitwi ɛbaa de wɔn ho bɛhyɛ mu na nanom ahemfo aban mu mpanyimfoɔ wɔn nyinaa ka wɔn ho bɔ mu ɛne gɔta mu a wɔn ɛyie mmɔnten so a wɔn ɛpra edwam a wɔn prapra na sempe mankyɛ ne adote otinto ya ɔto so emienu ɛna ogyina gamancha nemu ɛkasaayɛ ɛna ɔkyerɛ n'ani sɔ ɛne aseda piesi a wɔde ma ɔmanfo mutimi etu anamo ba yɛ ma saa aprapra ne mpepa no etimi ɛkɔ so na ɔkyerɛ sɛ adeɛ baako ɛha ne pa ne sɛ otimu sɛ enkramantam no efi yɛka efi pa na ngiɛ ha yɛ ninka nka bɛka sɛ the whole Ghana efi headquarters ɛyɛ nkran ha no sɛ enti wɔse nananom ahemfo ɛde wɔn ho aba abɛhyɛ mu yi ɛne nkran adehyɛ de wɔn ho aba abɛhyɛ mu yi onim sɛ efi sabre ɛkɔ deɛ nkran ahonidie ɛbɛfa ne ntoma pa ɛfra ya Ghanaian publisher de bokrata yi ɛde ho nsɛm aba na kratofa a ɛto so mmienu hɔ nom a ɛwɔ Ghanaian publisher mu ɛna Dr. Muhammad Amin Adam ya ɔyɛ finance minister ono so ede adesede to stakeholders titiri minority o mrahye bedwafie enim se wo munya sede bia na wo mo ye speculation wo mo speculate esa acid na ho de kofom dollar no kwa na ekosoro obehu a na dollar na hwiri kosoro na fesidi no fo na efo na chese dollar no ebu na katwo e na o chese se wo munya sa akasa no sa yate yese ne na sefo no wo munya eka sa na ebe ya acid no benya enframa be fa cidi no ho na cidi na timi anya ahoden na wadi tudwa na oche sesei wo hwe nhyehyɛ ye pa wo mde agu akwa mu fa sikasɛm ne adwadie ntotoye ho a sesei sidi no gina ne nan so pa sidi ni gina ne nan so na bilateral official creditors restructuring bi a wono mo ekokoye euro bond holders ene niema bi a wo mde tutu akwa mu no sesei ama sika esane wa efra manone eba begu Ghana yemfoto emu na eba te se year 2024 year 2024 year to date depreciation of the cedi against other major trading currencies dollar ni gina 18.4% what they compare 22% on record 2023 na che se se no dollar no eho ayeden pa ifense cedi no ejina na nine so pa eye enti we eye Dr. Muhammad Amin Adam ya what this answer me abba me da so ewo Ghanaian publisher the Bokrata no emu na no so Ministry of Finance omo the feature bi abba efa Ministry of Finance on about omo weekly briefing and a monthly briefing enti no so ha na page 8 ewo the Ghanaian publisher the Bokrata mo ena Richard Echampong, member of Parliament for Bia East, was also a ranking member on Finance Committee. Richard Echampong, and what they air to Mampany Kufuad when him saying Kebetumianka, Yera Katie Hammond, Onjin a Juma infin in some Swafwa, or her a dreading for the human sums was one some fata or your own fix. Sir Obey Trade and Industry Minister, inti or same Mampany, Ebetumianka, one is Sa Ejumano in free. Nensam na nyina kofa by cement manufacturers here womo ese ye the airline legislative instrument bi ekwakoto mrahebedwa enim ya anshadansi hu konwa ene womo enni hu nkomo antwetwe nkomo anhunu baabi ama omo so ankyere womo adwene anhu baabi potin a ye de sa airline na ebefa ebeboa Ghana for ebeboa cement producers ebeboa womo a ebefa no dosopo mu ekoton ene womo so eton maako na wakyese emfa ho ne nea cement manufacturers yi ebeka no yera keti amon so wonti so dogo bi no abe won fi obi a it watam airline no ede akwakopie mu ewo mrahebedwa fia saa mmere yi se mrahebedwa agitumu a na kyese ebeboa ama cement bo no ya regularize yetimi ama agina faako they said ye wokoto fuel a akra ha sei baby abeto fuel no say 14 cedis ya ukọ baby fofora ahane ye ne kura so far as is within Ghana no 14 cedis no bia ebeto na nka enye cement nso sa na emmoa omanfo na mijina katofa to so nwotwe ho no mo a Electoral Commission wasanso abie applications for transfer of votes proxy voting and a special voting ahead of December 7 general elections. No much say ene na air se atomu akwakosi efiada 5th July. Na one more extend the application for transfer of votes no e dey call 25 public universities no any prison facilities wo Ghana for na nyina eti we enkra no so free electoral commission honomo aba abeto edwa we the Ghanaian publisher the ubo krata emunsem kakra me de aba abeto edwa eno na onane mamenko the chronicle the bokrata no emu na chronicle the bokrata nso so e de aba no che say de local government ministry no wo mo be introduce safety measures was 6 intersections so wo enkran ha no mo say eti no so ho nsem wo mo e de aba the chronicle the bokrata mo na NPP executives ya wo mo ewo sabronum and wo mo che say a luta continua aluta continua wo mo che say illegal miners dwuma bi a wo mo di wo mo ho no mo ama ensu a eda ho ne ade ensu ni nyina ai say no me say tia ya hwie fensen milk yi nchanse be nwotwe
na ye pika
ene no wo mo eka ho asem se da bi se empanyufo anasa ban no eye bibi nti we no polling station executives a wo mo MPP amayoko no emu ahafo no south east ye sabronumu ye wasantemantem ene wo mo che se wo mo ebe suspend o mo adwuma mo ye e de ama party no akọ December elections no sempanyufo antu ana mo anye bibi amfa saa galamse na atu atese e wo ho no mo no a na wo mo che se illegal mining activities galamse no titu kura ne sabronum ho there be no mu nsuo ba ko pe asuo mfo asuo mfo ena galamse na asai no pasa na asuo no enam ayi kwamisa kwa ebretuo no mu ena ekọ ena galamse fuoi akọ nsuo enti we ni nsuo ba ko pa ewo pom ho no mu a wo mu di yom bibia enzo nei wo mu nya nsuo nom kura nto mo sere aban say aban finance ensi efom ewo ho na speaker of parliament ono so enie say wo kai say aka say esgracia no
I say abai no entumi ameye na sede ne na sidi se nti abai yentwem another day
I say ne rara kura waka bi
it's better late than never
na we die enye esgracia ho na emom no obo Ghana nsentwefo abaso e wa dwuma so a ye e de aboa ma Ghana ye kema minka bia mamu no atimi agina wo se kema minka bia mamu no be gina e be gintintiman ya ye beka se Africa ye gateway to West Africa Ghana ye gateway to West Africa the Black Stars of Ghana the hwan ene ho kro de ba ni nyina nsentwefo edimuma nsentwefo na wo mo de wo ho hyemu ebo ho dawuro ka ho asem twere ho asem wa menne eba ka bi ma menka bi amamuo oman a waje mu ntintimman pa dia na chese Ghana nsentwefo wo mo na aboa amasa de ne timi abam enti wabo nsentwefo nyina abaso na emum no wo san so sere ye se nsentwere enwuma wura anom no wo mo momode an se wo behwe nsentwefo yi akatu asem no wo mo nye ni yi sazi bi makatu anye kra
wana kaza asem
ira agbabu
odwene ye ho
right honorable speaker
odwene nsentwefo ho pa na on so fans so say ayo mo organize programs man nsentwefo ba no sole no mo mamu yedu
na sole ya o mo say
DJ je payo na ai nsentwene ze dabi ade wo dada obeto ma me buchi azu aduane a osimiti enu an edi ya yenya nufuzo de ma wa wanyine ne di eye pa ana biam so what say emrase odwafo kwa tetena ma minority o manko
go ja to forcing.
Minim say nti no man ko say.
Ese sa no mo kan you.
Sa. Ento man kwa ampa.
Sa no mo kan say omo ne ai. To forcing na e ko nti da mo be friend case ni bi omo ma.
Ene ko yi ma ba ho man so. Ma mi bisa na.
Bisa no.
Emmanuel Akoli despite media. Ya man abofo owo emnase badwafie. Na dawro man de kwasu bia no. Se pinto from kra wo ma yete. Ko yi ma tia no pay.
Ye nua.
Say so nka ho she dem de.
De o ma bedu ha de dada. Ma bedu parliament.
Ya danyamiase. Na dia yetiti nie se asetena nra. Emrase badwafie edom kuma no wo mama.
The Omoyan and say, Debia, Dr. Tufos and Beko Corsono, ambulance at Semino, ya dear, no ebeba.
Satam now, Wamukaya, no, not what woman mean.
Edasuye Juma, Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah. No more, no, a Kobana Sarno, majority name minority for no, and the leadership, no, almost share. I won't say in such a way, say, Nanka, Debiano. Parliament eche asetena 10 o'clock. Nanso no Tuesday ni Thursday no one more train be 2:30 to 3. Na CDA one more betena say. Na idea ni say ana say reason is say by 2:30 between 2:30 to 3 no na Dr. Tufos in case na work out na idea na wako aba a between abeka won ho. Inti be 2 weeks ni no Debia Tuesday ni Thursday bia wo mu delay sitting no e cha se santu be hu ano be ye 3 ne de na Dr. 214 no wa be ka wo mu hu e wo e ha no na wo mu start e be wo ko mu tumi sha se be 3:30 na enra no e ko ye sa pepepe wo mu sha se late be 2 o'clock no mo no e na wo mu e sha se enso no minority for no wo mu ametena dem ho no mo beginning no de o ma metena dem ho ma majority po nko na etena ho no mo national road authority bill say o mo aye hu adwuma sa aye debate wo ho sa anti enra na wo mo kenkan bill no for the third time nti no na majority po nko na ewo dem ho no mo wo mo yes adwuma no nti minority po ni dem ho enra achache ni nyina questions will be Hodomwa, Minister of Health, or Baya, or Bay answer. Questions need you Honoma, nay, minority war, Enna, Womubisa question, Abia, MP or one minority side, any desire. Intine ye bo question na minority meaning ni Hodomwa. Na honorable Joseph for say to face the British court na kunyumuno. No, I can say, or minister no answer no the buy no. Ye be publish your Hansard nimu. Ebi wo hon so a na ye question majority MP na ibisa ye. Majority MP kono ono so no na uni ho na ma of them no mu ni ho no mo. Sanso na minority for so no na wo mu ni dem ho kra nti won nyina questions na de ye bobo ye no. Speaker say o mu ni hu nti minister no answer no ye be capture wo Hansard nimu. Nti wo mu ansa na womo ebetena se ewo dem ho a womo to a edumedie no eso but begin to cry kono de no mu ni ho kra but before sitting be and ne de womo ebeka wo ho ewa ha
na sanje se ye we no enfa inconveniences bi ama
ewo ho challenges kakra efane se eba ne sa enyuma ho dodo na nkom betumi aye no esan so mo nhyase ntemunti mimmi my experience am wa na chefe shedam wa ma wo mo ka koba ne ma bibri shedam wa mo koba issues bibri ansana wo mo agent to the next day nti in some way no hard drink kakra me ma fem sana mi hunu
I see
another issue one year and run say deputy Mrashebejoni owo atiase honorable Kofi Ahin Kramafo well say president Abuni din say ombe deputy minister of trade the appointment committee to tona no anti enra no na appointment committee no etena ase wɔn yɛ vetting na emu no minority for Eddie in Simbi at the Tuja press statement at Dr. Tufos and Anan in Sa Eche Asie. A seminal bonus of fire. Now almost say, Sabe to him, Kuadia and Rano, and ya dear on the Paco Cinemubi. One more members they were appointed committee in the sono, and ya dear on the Paco Cinemubi. In Sibomina Anko. In the majority for one more appointed committee in the sono. One more Kuana vet in time, no more one more to a year. Deputy Minister designate ano honorable Kufiahin Kurama Fuyano. Minority for Ninaswa, one call say, almost say, President, as well for the do only 1 year, Juman already no more complaining, say, one more do no, was through the door. One more size, no, the government size, no, Eston do. In Tianka, one plan put the almost as a president, a number of ministers, and also now, I can't the 5 months be a buy the 10 and no ever baby and was I for a chance MP game say young veteran on number deputy minister and see one more day, 1 month was so cry. Omoko Tinemu, Naya Besena, let us say President the additional deputy minister account up to one or a increase the size of government no move. You see, and more reason to Ghana for every ababu moyedin asisini moyedin nema boyedin na eno na e was a president edwen hu na wode nchiche bi ba e bete asokyere ne so na emu no almost say the president no no do ya ne say or obi increase the size of the government into omo ankokora omo reasons no
Weba mainda sa no pay
you gedamase
Emmanuel Akoli and the Tron Cry Film Rasebejofie at the Bray and Yatin and Nunchimu Abata said here at Dom Kuma Wom Rasebejofie and Ra, Yan and Tiasa, Setinam Koswa, Woman Kono, Asam Dadano, so Medin Kanka. 41 minutes after 9, and as it in Kunyasu Adiachi Biajumedia, so we are back after this commercial break.
Okay, FM 101.7.
Kwame, me ya umwao. Me ba penyu no kane no animade pa. Na so nan se boa no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple gra. Fa no ko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen checking anima no.
Oh, jai sa mani abrewate. Me ba bo na me ka asmacho asme fa ne ko Eye Care clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wo no mo a. Wo de sua enkoyie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kyira de no. Won hu ade ni yi. So wo tie anima na so wo tie akire. E ba ne sa. Fa no bra White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Nye nhwemu mfa na ni no. Oha bia entam se bewe na esia no ama no.
Ayampa o. Na sekro ni yade no eba emonka ye. Wadwe o se bibia ye fine. Wo be ko na bibia ka echi na wani sei. Na sekro masate se wono momoja broso na esi kire yade no. Aye na momoni yade pa.
Sabe pepe. Onipa bia kra no afimu one kra check up awani ho kra no. Enyem prenu. White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic say fa wo no wabusu nyina. Ebra ni enye hwehwemu emfa mani ene mo se ho oho bia no ye behwe ni asia no e de amamo ye wo abafun fidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodo a ye de ye san hwehmu no ye dwuma efon so de wani wote enti ba ye be jo fel so White Stone Dental and Eye Care e wo East Legon ye be MTN office kese no free wo 024 225 1983 and 024 045 2992 White Stone Dental and Eye Care. When me ano kania.
Okay, FM 101.7.
I'm so for non crab pounds media 43 after 9. Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM. So any going forward, Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Yada na se. Wama yarefo nya hoto. Wama yarefo nya yaresa. Senkanye Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Ye ka ya fo be dan. Enko owo de no be jinkrofo yare mu papa. Yare bi o wa nyo wu yare. Nanso so enya hospital no doctor papa ma na nhwe wo ama wonuru pa ohia afigbo nso wo di no ho age yare nim na yare enyo wo yare awe bas na do ato na nanom wense do Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. Dr. Dubuaten ene a doctor for ne nurse for wo Endpoint nam homeopathy kwanso esa yare gye dia yare de ne kɔ owuom enkwa ed ne ba enkwa mu yare bia eteti nipadua no kwasama ne ma Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic so na yensa yare o stroke anawun mo bia o stroke o prostate cancer anawun mo bia o bie bomoden se obekamfo Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic diamano homeopathy kwan ye fa so say yare nti yan hwa yare nwie ma won sanso nya side effect dabi bebi wa obekwa akwhwe yare wie no wan kokran keye unfiri hospital wono na yare na wo de ko hospital wona nkasa no yasawo nanso na yare fofraba Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic entisa Dr. Dubuaten yare hwe emu da ho no side effect hepatitis B bema ne oba a maware a awo ho aye den dia mamo na monte Endpoint nkentra wodie tuanamonwe na ko Endpoint enne na Dr. Dubuaten fa wonfa homeopathy ayaresa kwanso July bosumi be ko na wie ye na wifi nyam enche na nefu ase ay bank suggestion box ne bunanim sa bonso nwa na wo sresre premature ejaculation endie oye bema pa bia na wo yere ana ugiski ofere won kan kirewo so no from pana makosi magadamu a obu oba no ro no kra gba deja wo nanimu a nanibu bobo nyema so na militia for na besen ko o dabi esa wa hano papa ofere wontuntumi nka premature ejaculation nyema bi na mane ba ne saa bema de o se odi umema sem won paso ewo ebre bi enya se dabodabu de ni bi apio dabi Dr. Dubuaten se wo ba premature ejaculation obeyiye firi ho amawo tu yo ba na okunu modem mo won paso nsu ani a fa no ko Endpoint ejanse wa na oda ho ya wo abefun fidi e de sayare tiema yayare sano e kontempa ya hwinhwin contemporantem quick medical service delivery Endpoint etira kwan wo Accra Sprinklers Road Shell signboard tema yo community 25 ye benko na so hotel no kuma se kronoma bo ahia obehu ye wo ho NGO school complex nchen wa na Atakra de Anaji Estate Anaji police station nechipe ho ne wo Dr. Dubuaten say wadwene wapomuden ho na wapomuden ho hia ne nti ena wose anope frɛ no ebia onu wafrɛ wo bi check upon him or her o frɛ no nkasa yemu nte ubisa no no se ase ni mu nya ne fine ono onyare onso a wonte apo mane fra 0244 867068 Dr. Dubuaten ne bebo apomuden komo obebisa no se de ofili bisa no 102 bi obehu de aye nipa no ebia na nipa na wose osanso da 30 minutes kura kan ho anaje ebi kura na wose onum nsuo ana wose otwa this way anopa de sepa with pan no blue band margin fam no ho beto no so ahu 0244 867068 ana 0274 234321 0274 23 4321 Dr. Dubuaten say Francis ansan wa consulting room ya bebo regnant properties any investment limited as sase a wo moto hu de wuru asan so amamanse nyina te so mami a wonya ne baby koi anasase da wojanya eniwura ewura pa gomua akraman sase de da wona ewura gomua poten asase de da wono ewura ewutu breku nsase wowura dodo wa amasama ne damfa nsase ewura na nsase ne wura regnant properties and investment limited mekwaba na mababa beka ensese ya wom dia to akwan mu ahonjo moto bema won so anya wasase emfa won so ye student na wesi dan kama akugan deputy communications officer ewo Chiniama Nyoko NDC, the largest and the biggest opposition party wo prese obesan so ba amambuo mu bio Yora Martin na bokode
Namna do bibia bo
ya da nyamiase anopedia ya bo opunu kokosa jansem bia ne na nam de bon kratia ne mu bi mu na anuma bi nso bogu asum na yebe enkyeremu kakra efiri ho ya tese empanifo ewendi suma suspend the central regional minister chairman ye
wakani
man kan ye gra
I'm na no
Davio man kan ye gra
wano fufu masa
hey asam dia ye bi papa what boy awanya gagra
you better say na mechia etiefu nyina no kre enra national executive support assessor no ko ba ne say let's be a regional chairman otro ya make us or the suspend the parliamentary candidate no na oni sa tumi no na or the Troy na etosumi no so no ono ankasa so ejitu mu se opere ne ho ebua asem no na nka onya abotre kakra eye further consultation anka enkoba ne sa nti ono ankasa ejitu mu na ojitu mu no na oka se on pese regional executives bia yenfa subo ebebo regional executive bia but ono as a regional chairman will take full responsibility of some mistake na ebaye no inti se obi efum na anka ne papemu a wade ne mfumso atumu anka na dobuo no esusu se anka yenfa enche nanso so yetena asibobu asem nyina ho no ena ye nyina ya no ko ben cross na ebekwa akwakoye ehweso ama other people ninti no ye hwe mistake ba ko a waye na emom se ye hwe media with the echo of still north and idea. Let's just say all these things are mitigating factors that able to me abuano so maybe na so train enkoye kese and untina ye suspending for 1 month na bosume ba akokora ye suspending no say ekobane say he is of good behavior e bimpoa na ankanko do sa preneseno etosu mi no so no ekoba ne se enkrofo bi so emislead no se enkrofo bi etena dwene ana se omo de mislead no kra meka so omo daada na se omo ensem omo de ko tu nenim ema ni gina so de tu sa na mo no sa sem no enye no kre ema an issue of extortion kra ebemu sa obi beka so me wo o picture we and answer me will be say enti no ama me sika se be producer me de beba be to abonte. It is a criminal offense enti se ye the way eche ye original chairman no ye hwe ne papa ya waye edumaden a obo near the chena nature say omo the main people are koye extortion no one he ya na entrofa kasa de ba akwa chede a ene yemfani nyina enche because a criminal offense is no yesusu say say ye report na ekoye bibia nipa ebehwe so na say utu anamo bia what I say political party na ewo hono. It is not a criminal organization, and as a yet a kubia obeka se o obeye bibina wapa onwedi and I say bibia etisa intino sa asutwe we na ekoma chairman no anka yanka se na empese ye be kone sa but because of enye bia ewo ye nimu ntino we had to take that decision.
Na ono nko a ana ebi nso so kan ho bia te se de o ka se
na me kan ye no na nko bi o throw letter no a regional secretary esesanke ye de no efra ba chairman no se there bi na ono na ye party no eti e wo region ni enu ntino so bu bia e wo ho bia no yemfa enso ano into that admission no as the leader of the region no there nature say ono pe na asotwe no e call ne so.
The nam so ma asem we na ba ye asin central de ya
asin central omo sabeka ya
parliamentary candidate
say parliamentary candidate no it was alleged say na one
secretary
secretary no the yere twempna na information no kra e wo mu kra ne say omo entwe empana I didn't say ya o minia omo ntwe empana na oba no po a secretary no e ka no ho asem no eye obi a one no atenada secretary no ene na atenada say ya wari o say ye den o omu ni hobio, let me put it that way. Omu ni hobio inti no ebusuafo kra abem say secretary no or say omobani din inti akoye nsem bebre but what ma say inti akwakoye ebusuasem ena ade no untumi enchire mu nkwa echire because opana oye involved neso so no sabe epia oni obi na sesi ha na se epia obi ede na no ato neso se oba be ware na ye kasa tintin na eno so de ebusuasem bia eden aba but the truth and say na secretary no eno no na ewo but omu ni hobio. So all these facts were put before us. Yehun say nieme bi ankoye emba regional chairman so ehunu say efe no yadada na na tia misleading no then asem no so ekoye no so no ni yemu hye no eno na ode usa anamo na ankoye no yemfanche yeah
na deputy kanumpo de nka enye yi say asotwe na anu eden parliamentary candidate na ya suspend no 6 months say nkata mo be left there na nka ato aba na wi
exactly enti ekoba na kra say 1 month bi na bi a akoko face disciplinary committee kra na anke ebeka say process bi wo ho a anka no kra no beba beto nani but 6 months straight there if ye mra na kra no ye ma sa friend is 6 months without hearing, especially without hearing there nipa bia wo ho kwan say ye beti the numasem and sana ye tu sana
na campaign to say
jami adom bibia dedi
na kwafo kra keka say vice enya bo na podin no ama mo strategy no makwa yijana submarine musase na mo restructure asanso aba san say abese niema
enya no kre be sure say obi a baomia yi no yepo yesuro se ka ho asem bibrea na baomia na nkasa pese osesa no into ka ho bibre na efe fododo a wa hwe ya na omode obi foforo aba be ka kwa kosi say obi a yeyi no na the colleague member of parliament say niemu yi ni oni to mi poso beba meme constituency no aba be peja mensa as a candidate. Obi a oba be pagya mensa ewo me constituency no ese so obi a ne mu oduro ekyɛn me na ne nsa emu oduro betu de pagya mensa na nya so oba me constituency a wan hwe a me number be yi na kyerɛ sɛ mo running mate no ɔno na ɔba no yehu members of parliament a ɔmo so me bi ɔmo no aka sɛ sanka ye ba parliament ebe bi so ɔmo fa choice emra anka napo enyo ɔmo choice into here sansemi a ekoso de yi nsema nkrofo ekafa ne ho se bi a oya homaso oyese yenyi enu kura enfree na ni party fo ankasa nsema omo ka afa ne ho no enu po yen fensin senieni ona bo se ba omia se enyo obi ne pia na ene na che se ne choice die party fo kura ni nye ho nti NDP fo nankasa a conclude one so that nti yen bo attack here defense aye weaker na so e kura strong attack here see nam hwe
mo beto 20 now rough
they see you so rings name midfield DP
hey
goalkeeper kura be say go
hey
aha
nani atomulazo nani na atomulazo
edem everything I can say the na officially no more body no because the access pressure so air rise is on stand. Hey, however, my main kind of crazy so entremo. Baby, ye one ye nim say a ye denya MPP the running mate ebeba. Into your strategy be anywa ya target no to running mate and I be no. You need her target no. Your target no is to MPP. Into obi bia omoka running mate no se na pomunye enyidura. For the first time no omunye ntansa. Yen penipa mienu nka ho, ne munye nsa nyina from running mate. Omunka ba omi aho. Hey, I'm telling you, your strategy will not change. And no na pono ma bono kra de sebe. For change. But you see, we will not also be complacent. Near SSA, we are going to stay on track to ensure, say, your strategy, will go very well for us. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, assuming here, now you're swearing in as the President of Ghana.
We do be to because aku Ghana here outside gentility, but home cry, pal.
Oh, David. And to America say, oh, yeah, my fire yasem no enye juma. MPP for ankasa sema omoka afa ne ho. Ya hwede Kennedy Japo akafa ne ho. Hwede apia kubi aka afa ne ho. Hwede oseche mensa akafa ne ho. I will not mention all the names. But I know efie poni o ene nsema omo ankasa akafa ne ho die. And yet, Tissima, one here, Baumiana Gasobino, when some person can your body in Vianzana, Yabo Gumbino.
Martin, you haven't just son of here. Aquagan, a deputy communications officer at the March in Yamanyuku, NDC. And I had a church command bringing the time to 3 minutes after 10. Ade Akye Abia okay 101.7 FM Sunni. Na ansa na mekwa omano so na me akoga na akodwetwe nkomo no na meka Regnant Properties and Investment Limited ensa asen ho asem abusia yes a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step kwan se waseden kura no obedi nketu na baako na ahyase it doesn't matter edan ya wahu a esi wo kosoro a te se Pentagon na akaida fo kodwurugu ye no wo musisi asase so na sebi yase pintan asase na wokwa right asase bia wo wura na woto asase ni free ni wura ho a eno asom badwo asase alanga fo wo so eya asase a yentom free ni wura ho a dabio te se eyi DJ Tozik kai wonso wateneka mu twima traffic radar so amwagina mo bia ba say si car ne mediada adeɛ no sɛ yɛwo deɛ a na sɛ adeɛ no wotɔ firi nipa na ɛyɛ ne deɛ hɔ a ɛyɛ dɛn na obi foforɔ bɛba aba bɛka sɛ ɛyɛ ne deɛ no ɔno abɛkɔ ho wode fa kɔ adwendwene mu sɛ asase no tɔ firi ne wura hɔ a ɛbɛyɛ dɛn na obi foforɔ nso so aba sɛ asase no yɛ me dea this one to free ne wura hɔ oh save yourself that stress ɛnyɛ afei na obi bɛto asase ama wo a wokɔyɛ no investigation sɛ kɔpɛ anas aremyɛw anas sɛ ɔnkɔ wiwie mu ɛma wo sɛ asase no ampa ɛyɛ ne dea ansa no watua ka Regnant Properties and Investment Limited adwumakuo yi asase bia na baby bia mɛbɔ so sɛ wɔn wɔ asase wɔ hɔ bia nso opɛ bia kɔde si a wotɔ firi wɔn hɔ a I'm telling you ɛyɛ wɔn adea nti ɛma sɛ obi bɛba sɛ ɔno bɛko asase no ho Regnant Properties and Investment Limited OKFM yɛhyɛ aseɛ tɔn wɔn nsase sɛnka manson wɔn nsase ho a ɛnka nkurɔfoɔ koraa bɛyɛ demonstration ɔma bɛyɛ yɛanom picketing ne bi koraa wɔ ha se Regnant Properties and Investment Limited wɔn nsase ɛwɔ Gomua Akraman Horizon Gardens ɛyɛ 20,000 Ghana cedis Groove Court Gomua Potin Bay Valley Ewutu Breku enkura me bɔbɔ so yi ni na wɔ Accra ɛkɔ wini ba kwantempɔn no a ɛnkyɛ yɛ ba bɛyɛ ɛkwan no bɛyɛ abɔntan na ahina san 33 nti yɛ kwan no wie na sɛ traffic ni free hɔ sɛ kim ɛne asase no nam ka kyɛ de sɛ ɔde dollars ansa na obenya bi ɛno kura agye sɛ tot kɔta kura wunya agye tot ɛno kura kuta dollars bum no nti nei tumurika kwadwo de to ne yɛ kwan no wie a na asase no bo no kɔsoro a wanga sɛ ɛnyɛ azam efie wura wɔno no dan osi ni 1980 kura no ɛnɛ wɔkɔ a no ato buo no ma den wɔse dollar kɔsoro Horizon Gardens ɛwɔ Gomua Akraman Groove Court Bay Valley ɛwɔ Ewutu Breku Groove Court no wɔ Gomua Potin ni na ya Accra Winneba Road ufiri main road wɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ 5-minute drive you obi nso ododo wa amasama ne damfa Regnant Properties and Investment Limited in Sasi se wopɛ bia ɛyɛ very simple ye kyira kwan ɛyɛ ɛwɔ Kasoa Akwele New Market otra ya obehun sɛ your office na ɛwɔ kwan no. The numbers is 0549 54 45 10 0549 54 45 10 and 0540 46 1276 0540 46 1276 abusia de atene se muye kuo se bia muye student mododo ye 10 and above muye asori bi te se Glorious Chapel nsori ma be ye 10 and above ana muye abaye djuma yefo betuma keka mu ho abom mododo duru 10 and above ana eku awuwom no ekuo ma no betuma keka mu ho abom se mododo duru 10 and above na mo ba Regnant Properties and Investment Limited a mon ye yense se ye pat de mamo se ye nim se nso tofoma ye den agoji yense mo ho enti asase no ye be mo tia ne kakra bosumi bia 500 bosumi bia 500 mo ye nipa 10 na mo bomu ba ensori ma student ekuo ma abanjuma ye for 10 no mabuma ba mona sanje chaye ye fe na hoto plan ewo ho edema mo so side plan indenture ni na ye ready a tu asase no bo no wie ya na ye de ahye wonsem asase nso so ya chichem kwanda ha gatani school hospital ya chichem to say state ebia na wuni cash down but u benya asase ne bo no o mu chichemu aduasa 30% utia 30% asase ne bo no a de opese o de asase ne bia obetumi ahase de aye kopim se obetie wie numbers ni bio ye 0549 54 45 10 and 0540 46 1276. Regnant Properties, your property, our priority. 10 after 10. And just walk away. Generational thinkers. The baby Amanatum. Ama nkoma yabo na mod madwen traba. Enti for phone no si charge. Na free low battery, enko full battery. To data yantam ne bebie. St. Phillips ana entade pa fie nie. Ya kan fo atade a won fa nkatoa de jaso kekene mum. Emma ohun ye fe, wa hu sesi edimu. St. Philip's Enterprise. St. Philip Enterprise adaroma. Mema Kaftan. Is a washako program be a uncle Gunso Bishop be da. Ajiwa mama top perfect man Kaftan nibi. The attorney say, when you're outdoor in engagement, wedding, Thanksgiving service be a walk out per se, udemufua, o dance no. No about St. Philip's Enterprise. What beje o perfect man Kaftan nibi. Enoni unsha unia, unsha ubi o shebi. Sebia wo ya wedding. Wo ya wedding no pese one o groomsmen mu na mo shata de kro. Na tade no pese wo be ko engagement na se no. No bi shebi. O ba perfect man Kaftans no. Ye be ye mo de unique e de amamo. No, do de be ye wedding engagement. Ade ya pa ne se wo ye wedding pa no fi se kumasi ni beka wa sportu. No be ko na de hye wo no bi shebi to ho. One way you no crowd in the I do no, who say you want, I say, a daughter. I know crowd against a jama, Muyanta for we are tapping on Yata Kakra. St. Philip's Enterprise, one akwaje, quality designer Kaftan, perfect man, Ajana Kama. Another Anchania, quality man shirt, Ube CS, Nimpa, and Yakasi and Chan, when they be our over phone, now at our dear no I won't see. And bia obeye kese abroso and this idea side me say medium as suit t-shirt Lacoste top and down jeans trousers khaki trousers material trousers boxers belt shoes and mema on fade yina no St. Philip's Enterprise papa otwa on two country ne kra obenya wo aya lolo station na ben Kingsway no St. Philip's Enterprise Yawo ho cocoa board akwan no a left no a wo de kwa akrapole no e won so be hu yen o kan si ye ne Ghana Commercial Bank na ye opposite tudu ye wo kan IRS down no e ben fire service no e na kwa Nkrumah circle ye ben odo na trotro station no ude urom surudu obonsa abronsan no St. Philip's Enterprise gbenum se goyi ana fra 0244 147212 0244 147212 and 0244 another 44 0641 0244 another 44 0641 yeah St. Philip's Enterprise, home of quality clothing. Na wede yura Mr. Kwame Alfred Agbechise. Mr. Kwame Alfred Agbechise. Sky Blue Waves Company Limited. Tema. Sky Blue Waves Company Limited. Tema. When you are Roma, Bitaka cry be says Rokofi Mauli. I could say, where there may be Bisaka Bisa. Says Kofi Mauli, as some no, I could say, Adaroma. Now, you Mr. Beyond to say, and Yahweh for an answer one way your master dear say. One by my street lighting can you not so no? the aya was so caution na onya ho nkoso na say bobs na sese 50 banyard eba besi awoshi last stop then awoshi market school junction ko wonimu a NIC na wo ko farm milk na wusane wo ko ablekuma kev wa kevo olebunie tuamu a ko. Can you believe say that stretch of road American wants them no eduro nyimra torchlight to cry and so also esum kumo ana yasum current no ko low won sa wonnam so anadwo pa na o car light in ya won nyame na du bedru fie kan ye ni kwan yi so hey I don't know. Mana jo de babo nyoma me na menko na ensem ne de udi ekira. Abusafo said an American Sky Blue Waves Company. Tama and work community 5. Mr. Kwame Alfred Agbechise. Director nie. Eyi woni sezro kofi mawuli asem no na mebisa. No akeke. So you say me yadao for sempa anu na mebisa na matanso asanya mpade amawo ene adwumayefo ni na adofo binum so do mu birthday ne on the brighter side of life I was say wish wo mo edini kan happy belated birthday to Apostle Stephen Nana Kefuri. Oh asafu mame Reverend Mary or your banker, Nukunu Sofo. Yeah. Apostle Stephen Nana Kefuri. Happy belated birthday. Enra. Enana a year of birthday. Sranyam Pamao. Yamia wa frao no. Freno wa kadebia wuhia. Nama wotumia ye frenu mu adwuma. Edi Paul adanse ni biso akopan makomerikan metu. Jidie no so makura. Aka nkunuma botire ane ahenche na de beso. Urade no mau element of divinity for your assignment. I mean pa ena ohima sechibia the first. Ohima sechibia the first. Ekuapem chechire hima anamuka ni chechiwere hima. Naima hey like mother like daughter. Debi mame. Ai manaze debi no ho fe no ja Ochen Cleopatra of blessed memory. Say Cleopatra no ye Egyptian. Ye Miss World on a wini na no ho fe. Sa na debi tie. Ni maame ye Ohima Sechibia the first. Ekuapem chechiwere hima. Na yima nyinche. Na onyi nchire no yin free adumu. Eko adumu yinche free nimunyamu ko nimunyamu yinche free yediemu ko yediemu na wahini enyefe se wahima Esther pepepe sena minshira mawo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Dorcas Apewu. Happy birthday to Dorcas Apewu of Glorious Word Power Ministries International, or DOCO, or an astute, committed, dedicated, loyal member of good standing. As a Yamin Sanya Babishira, Glorious Word Power Ministries International, sorry ma. Ninsabe Canada pa, Nidian by a bunch, and Yaketaboge. Now you drew Glorious Word Power Ministries International, Idiana, and Papa, Apostle Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempa. Papa, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your one pay. And Zana Mekoma Nazi Mudia National Maricordon. Beautifully and wonderfully made. Baba Wilson. Beautifully and wonderfully made. Baba Wilson. Oya Church New St. Mary's Anglican Primary and Junior High School, D. Ewo Akwele Kaswa. Oh, I'm wishing you all the best. That this 3rd day of July 2024 has to offer the best. Why? With the mount. And then, still on the brighter side of life, happy birthday to Benson Benjamin Oforijani, who Department of Anesthesia, 37 Military Hospital. This birthday wish is coming from your adorable, amiable wife, Adelaide. One Nkrano, any Ejari Arafat, Nini na wo Peace FM, OK FM, NIT FM, UTV. Happy birthday to you. Benson Benjamin Oforijani, Department of Anesthesia, 37 Military Hospital. From your wife, Adelaide, the children, and Ejari Arafat. Manager, Councillor, Lutro to Frey. Oh, information be my Anna. Happy birthday to Mrs. Dinah Osei of Kaneshi Presby and East Legon. You are 73 years old today. Wow. Mami Dinah Osei, our Kaneshi Presby. Can never catch a basre. And East Legon. What differentiate your son and Sunday? If you kunu Joe Betche. Na Joe Betche. And ma Bridget. Papaya. And Derek. Almost send ya me amount. A man coswa amount yinchra pomudenia wodin wom. E would adin shra would use mount. Oma will cook woman paya wabo. Emrem. Happy birthday to Reverend Prophet Danny Quay. Reverend Prophet Danny Quay of Dominion Citadel Chapel. Every Mr. Roger Cote, I and any despite media, Bojuma UTV, and a demand Reverend Prophet Danny Quay, Dominion Citadel Chapel. It's your birthday today. Was red Nyampamau. Nyame na afrɛw enye nipa na afrɛw te sɛ deɛ wɔfrɛ Moses de poma hyɛ ne nsɛm a na ɛyɛ anwawade ne nsɛnkyerɛnne no wɔsoro ɛma wɔfrɛ no mu akadeɛ na fa publicly demonstrate the power of God in the dimensions of prophecy, healing, and performing miracle signs and wonders. Nyame nka ho na ɔma wundru wɔbɔhyɛ asase so ɛwɔ ofrem. Yada radiase baby ene odi aba beduru e wade achen bi adwumedie so ye kweyi na Halifax ansado ene abedwafo tena the best entertainment ato aye so yam ya aduma wo chena no nsia ka se bonisi a ye besan so e de ade achen bia aba esansa ade be chen bia na nyame wo wa ye boy ho ban bri nyina no be boy ho ban dread no ma de patch yen anyum be na medeko. Oh, manager. Want Ope artist wo wiase a Paris France man na hinkro Olympic Games e be ye no this year. Wo mekwa akoto nwom wo opening ceremony na ansa na ya Olympic Games na se a ha e ka ho. O say anya confirm. Menyam na make papers in the buy. No, this time around Olympic Games you better ob the prompt do was to my niggas on the blog yo. You know say you know say money no be problem. So, say mesra no onfa yinko. Onfa yinka wonko. Dabi Black Sheriff. Now countryside and no one boss on you know. So, one boss on you know, Sanyum ni say, person dedicate ma obi. Mire come dedicate a man. I wish son, can you hear this song? If you hear this song, get your kicks on no time. Aye, oh, no day imagine pa DJ Tragic. Nan you will say pa Paris, France na I wish son. Oh. Can you hear this song? If you hear this song, get your cakes on no time, my brother. We gone. You know, ye diagro no more. Ye diagro no cry na be ma France for no zampa. Na say Olympic Games go diagro. You know if you waste time on no pagan breath. Aye. What the? Obede beko. Happy birthday to my daddy, Mr. Lawrence Albert Kumsen. Or Kaswa from your daughter, Albert Kumsen. Kulebu Teaching Hospital. Alberta. Auntie Mr. Lawrence Albert Kumsen. 78 years today. It's your birthday, Daddy. Oh, Kaswa. And this birthday wish is coming from your daughter, Alberta Kumsen. Oh, Kulebu Teaching Hospital. And now, Odemao said, Daddy, happy birthday. Oh, now so a japada. Oh, Mamo be Presbyterian Church of Ghana. So for Samuel say, Unum penny for na ano pay me chamo papa. Mamo be preaching point, Presbyterian Church of Ghana. God bless you. Last week by this time. And now third day no yenne Eagles conference. Very powerful. Very powerful. And we thank God for the blessings, the miracle, the signs and wonders, and the answers to our prayers and the testimonies. Yamisra and Amisre Ede Mamo. Ohenenana Kwame Amoh, Chief Captain Field Marshal. Mene Ade Kwame Wusi Odiomi, Abigail Ashley, Jerry Arafat, Vida, Edamase, the Father Dexon, ne Kennedy Asantos, and so Swase, the Muna Masse. I'm on the middle where we are now. Yapon, the Akande Kudidi. I say MC. Ye children na one yawada my young package with their own. Obey check cake, young poppy champagne. Naka toothpick and one. Oh, dear Jai. Some be beside the see one enemy down at the Yarap with a Vira said the enemy down at the old blue. DJ Bonum.
Everybody get your own blessing. I tell you, so why you the hit man? By the time I'm with you, so better when I be drama on the